Oh, we're going live now.
Now?
Yes, no. Oh, I can go live now. See now. Can you just check the audio? Can you hear if we're talking? Like, can you talk into the microphone and see if you can? Yeah. Can you just check okay, turn it down as well because now people can hear. No, you talking to it. No, it's not working.
I'm not sure.
You're not.
It's like slightly behind as well.
Oh yeah,
I don't think it's working now.
it is. It is okay. You can. So we might just have to turn you up as well because you're too. Yeah, Mark, you're good. We're good. Thanks, Mark. Thank you, bud. How you doing, man? Well, we got 10 people on here. I haven't even started driving. We should share our desktop so that oh, there we go. I'll hide all of my folders. Hey, oh, it's my mouse. Hang on. Sure, hide. Oh yes, I see. But yeah, but once I'm in the server or something, should we do a small bit of practice for VDC? I wonder. VDC's 18th is it's this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, better do a bit of practice for that. Evan says, "Good evening." Come on, Alan, you're supposed to be checking out the list. You're supposed to be like,
Where do you even?
yeah, you see the
Hi.
top one. So look,
Yes.
you could see YouTube and Twitch is up in the top one.
Like multi.
Yeah, well, that's what women are supposed to do, aren't they?
Because men are shit at it apparently.
Men.
Yeah.
That.
So,
Gloves.
how do you do this all the time? Yeah, my.
Yeah, I do this all the time by myself. Like, generally when I talk like this, I'm talking to myself. So I suppose it's like, yeah. Now we're going to swap over to actual game because I'm starting up the game so people can see what.
Show everyone the gloves I got you for Christmas.
Yeah,
Oh
sure they've already seen them. They've only seen these ones. They haven't seen the other ones either.
yeah.
Oh, we got a
Trophy
follow.
up
Someone
there.
who followed.
Ooh, what? Oh.
You see in the top of OBS. John, is it? I can't read it from here. Left, is it? You see, do you like the animation I had set for it? Like a sliding anime woman driving a car out a tunnel. It's very cool, actually. Yeah, just side of it.
Then I have to go all the way over here, and then I can't see you.
This is like some weird ASMR kind of like. Am I blowing up the microphone? I hope I'm not. You guys able to see? You guys are not able to see what is going on here.
That's because.
I said it. Oh, it's Mark. Oh yeah, okay, so it's Mark again. Oh fuck. What are we setting? Can't I select a game? Hang on, people. Probably hear a car ticking over the background. To like. Talk to the. Oh, might be.
They're saying
Yeah, I see Renton saying hello, Renton. Score
there's
skids.
no one.
No one knows who you are. Yeah, that's Alannah, guys. I should put your name on top of it.
That's
There we go. We figured it out.
NAH, and we're all good.
That's true. Why is the size of this all? Right, that's weirdly shaped. I should have fixed that before starting, but didn't know what I was going to do. Oh no, I just didn't check anything, to be quite honest with you.
You checked
Well,
everything
hey
you
Josh.
checked.
See, that's another person now. What?
But yeah.
Can't you? You know I'm driving. So, Alana, how's your experience drifting on a set of courses? You've done a small bit, haven't you?
I love it.
You like it?
Yeah.
How's your Steering wheel. You haven't driven it since I changed some settings on, have you?
No, because I was going and we had to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Alana has her own simulator set up now. A Logitech one. It's nothing too crazy. So she's been practicing on that. I've been training her the right. Oh gee. I've been training her the right way, which is like making it really difficult. Obviously, we'll see how that works out in the long run. Evan says, do you know anything about Irish competitive drifting in 2020? Now,
James is not.
do I know anything?
Do you know anything?
Do I know anything? No, I don't.
I'd love to know. I'm
The
sure
lie.
everyone else would love to know. Tell us all the details.
I probably know a little bit more than what I should do, I suppose. But in reality, there will be. I'm like, suppose. Hang on, I'm driving at the moment. I am very confident there will be competitive drifting in 2020. Like, almost extremely confident. I'm like stupidly confident in general anyway.
When am I competing in VDC? When are
When
you
you
gonna train
when
me?
you
Train me
when you get
fast.
out of third person view and start drifting in like, yeah, I'm no better because I'm drifting on hood view or roof cam. So we'll
So
get you
what's
into.
wrong with my roof? What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with it?
Why can't I competitive drift and be like that, huh?
I mean, like, to be competitive in VDC, you probably just need to run like third person. Because oh, I'm trying to. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Trying to adjust that from Streamlabs. I'm such. What are we doing? Someone says all.
Hello. Oh,
Oh,
Shannon
Matthias.
said I'm cute. I'm
No, that's
guessing
Matt.
I'm cute.
No. Matthew said I was
No,
cute.
I'm cute.
Matthias is my good old friend. Many. We used to play SRO
Sorry for
together,
wanting to.
and then he got
So
into the
that's something
stance
you
game.
never call me.
He got all the stance cars with the Volvos and stuff. It's all money nowadays. It's not really like. I mean, when you figure out my car is worth €20,000 and it costs us maybe like €3,000 a year to run, like it's actually not that mad about money. It really annoys me when people put those posts up on Facebook and it's like, oh, it's all money nowadays, money ruined it, all of this. It's like if you want to put money into it, all up to you. You can put money into it, but if you have a budget, ask Paul McCarthy and myself, and we tell you we can do it for less than 10 grand a year. You'd be surprised, if not even less
Right
than
said
that.
and Irish.
Yeah, so there've been I think that's Dave's announcement. To be honest, I don't really know much more about that. Sorry, one second. I'm trying to look for something and I can't find it. Find.
I mean the way Dave.
I mean, on money. We have to remember too, like in Dave's defense, like you kind of need to have a bit of you need to have financial stability, and drifting does not provide that. Like I don't think ever like you get into drifting as a millionaire, you come out broke, or if you go into what's the saying, you go in as a billionaire, you come out as a millionaire. Like, um, like unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And running events, there is a potential to make a small bit of money, but it's like I don't know, it's almost impossible. Not that it's impossible, but it's impossible for Ireland, I reckon, to really make a decent living out of it. Yeah, You might have to scroll on Facebook. I was trying to do stuff there.
But Evan said S4.
Dinky all the way, man.
Oh, there's.
Yeah, it's on Facebook probably.
Yeah. Alan, DME.
You can call him
Empty or
Christopher.
not?
You can call him Ken Dory. Call him Ken Dory. DMEC 2020 or not? Nope. No Drift Masters 2020.
Oh, they
Can't
can't really hear me.
they can't really hear you? Should we
What
boost?
about now?
Yeah, I told you you have to talk into it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cutting out of it. Yeah, because you're talking too quietly. Do you have any
Sorry.
plans to compete anywhere this year? Says Dwight. I do actually. We'll be competing in Ireland if 100% goes ahead. I really, really want to do BDC. I think I'm blowing out the microphones. Try and pull it away. You can talk into it. I can adjust
Yes.
you louder.
Because my mic is cutting out.
Yeah, because you're not talking directly into.
I'm sorry.
Because I usually that mic.
You're thinking about competing in BDC, though, aren't you?
Well, you see, like
You're thinking about
I can't
it.
do it on my own. Like I don't have like obviously as you probably know, I'm still in university, so it's not like as if I'm splashing out the
Stop
cash.
going American on us.
I mean, if I say college, all Americans and like non-Irish people would be like, college? You're only
College?
17. I'm 23, man.
And I look 14, so.
Yeah, well, there's that as well. I don't know, maybe that's better enough for you. S14 a
um,
new chassis. What do you think? Should I build a new chassis? No, still S14.
yeah.
It'll still be S14 this year. I would love to build one of the 370Zs. Not me build it, because I can't build cars, right? I'm just going to state
Mhm.
that right now. I can press F5. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong page.
There might be comments I'm missing out here.
Ah, yeah, there you go. You can have the most.
Yeah. No, no. Just stop taking it.
Alright, one second.
Alan,
There, okay, that's what
you
I
said
want.
I could have it.
So yeah, 370Z, I'd love to build that.
S14 for life.
S14 is for life. I'll always own an S14. I have three of them. One of them actually works, the other two are just shells. I'll put it this way, we might have a second S14 for this year. See, if I can persuade Project.
Why have I not heard about this?
Second one,
Yes.
you probably haven't seen it because it's up on its side in the garage. And there's another one outside, like rusting out in the yard.
Ooh, why not 370?
Why not 370?
Yeah.
They're super expensive in Ireland and in Europe in general. They weren't a very popular car. In reality, we probably should build like a 350Z first before 370, but I don't know, I just like the 370. It's like a it's like a
Why the 3?
oh,
Not
but
why
oh
not?
why?
Whoops.
I don't know.
Got
I
that
just
wrong.
like the look of them. I just like the look of them. I think they're cool. I mean, they're not very popular, and they don't seem to be that competitive. If you look at Chris Fosberg and stuff, like he's yeah, I suppose he's won championships with it. It's hard to know. Some people say they're good, bad. It's 14 for life, unless it's a PS13, then that too. Yeah, PS13s are kind of cool. They're like they're when it comes to S chassis and stuff, they're so overhyped. Like everyone loves them and stuff, and I get why people like them, but it's like I don't know. They're just if you ever look at them stock, they don't actually look that good. You know what car I'm on about?
No.
No, you don't.
You know, I have no knowledge about cars.
Yeah, I tried to show you this before, and you were like, right. So they put that front end on that car to make it
So
that.
confused.
Yeah, then it's a 1 Via. They do the opposite, and it's a Salati. Wow.
I'm super confused.
And then there's the Kuki and the Zenki of 180s and S14s.
I'll just smile and nod.
What's that?
I'll just smile and nod, pretend I know what you're on about. What about the chassis makes it good?
What about the what? The 370, I suppose double wishbone stuff. It's a bit more forward grip. Side grip is not the greatest in them actually. Right. Have you tried the new DCGP cars? I have indeed, Ian. I have tried the DC. If Connor, will we try them? I'll show you them.
Sure. What are they?
They're cars. They're set of Corsa cars. Yeah, I can actually show you one. The other people's stuff. You reckon you'll come in as a wild card in the BDC? I really, I really want to do BDC. Wrong camera. Ooh, that was a weird camera.
What
I really want what?
happened there?
I clicked my actual full face, so all people seen for a second was this, and I really want to do BDC full season. We were supposed to do it last year, and missed the first event because we unfortunately found an engine issue with the car, so we decided nope. But this year,
Your mic is cutting in and out, mate.
my microphone is. Oh my, sorry guys.
Ooh, which one? One of us.
That's probably me. Probably me because I pulled it away. Um, just as Lazam joins the server or suspect, I leave. Sorry, Lazam. Um, DCGP. Let's see if I can find a server with these on it. Feel free to join people if you want to. I don't mind. Probably trying to join the biggest populated server. Is it mine? Was that? Sorry about
What
that.
do you think
I
of
think I might
Dwayne's
fix it.
S13 when you got to drive it last round? You really
Uh,
liked it, didn't you?
I did, yeah. You see, the great thing with like hopping into Dwayne's car like that, right? First of all, like you trust Dwayne because like it's able to win an event. It's able to win the championship pick. Just even European at a European standard. So it's like when you go up to me and say, or when he comes to you, say, look, it does this, this, this. You just apply those 3 or 4 things to the car, and off you go. Like just do it, and it like everything works.
I'm
Just drove it
taking
the
this
same.
back.
Just drove it the same as
Whoops.
Dylan Byrne says hello. Hey Dylan. That chat window is too small, isn't it? You want to open it up on your mobile, and we can bigger. Unless I could make it just full chat in general. Unless you want to open that up in actual Facebook instead of that chat. Uh huh. What are people else saying? What do you think of Dwayne's S13? BDC Rockingham this year is the last ever round at the place. Is it really? I didn't know that. It's kind of cool to see it going back to Rockingham again, though. That's pretty awesome. Be interested to see what layout they decide to go with. Set this back up again. Oh my god. Oh yeah, you did just join the chat. It's a Facebook. Okay. So let's see what other cars. I've tried the DCGP cars anyway because I know someone asked that, and they're okay. It's like I'm just a little bit frustrated that they haven't really changed the cars much in the years. Like they've they've made them a little bit better, I suppose, but they still have the silly bug where like if you lower the rear of the car to the max and you run max camber or like more negative camber than you should, like the cars are way grippier, and that I mean, it just annoys me. Like that bug has been in these cars for 3 years, and they still really haven't fixed it, or like 4 seasons at least. So that's the only annoyance that I have for me, anyway, at least. Um, but you never know. It might be kind of fixed. I haven't really put much time into it, but I mean, they're the same as the last 2 seasons. They haven't really changed much. Cameron S chassis just fit any style or form of driving. That's honestly why they're so hyped, in my opinion. But it would be sick to you, Tom and Neil, um, get after in it in BDC. Tom and Neil. I don't know who you mean by Tom and Neil. You mean Tom at Project, or you mean Tom at someone else? I'm not sure, Cameron. Sorry, Cameron. Yeah, they are quite hyped, but they are very cool chassis in sense that they are very well adapted to everything. I don't think that they are the best car anymore. Like, I just think we just love this nostalgia effect of them. Um, Rockham is now a logistics hub. It got shut down 2 years ago due to noise complaints. There's only one active motorsport team there, and that's LTD. My issue with DCGP is they all have identical suspension geometry. It's from the S14. It's not actually from the S14. I'm almost certain it's from the Kunos E30 because the S14 wouldn't have that style of suspension, if I'm right. But I could be completely wrong as well. Right, okay, we need to find a server to join because I don't really feel like doing practice anymore. Already done too many laps. Oh, Tom
Done.
and Neil Dunn. Yes, yes, yes. So Tom Murphy's a good buddy of mine, actually. You've never met him, have you? No, you've never met me either.
I haven't met.
You haven't met a lot of people.
I've only been to
You're not picking up on the microphone. You're talking to it.
my mic. But I haven't met a lot of people because I've only been to 2 rounds with you, and I went to 1 round without you. I saw you there and was chatting to you, but
Yeah, well, like, uh,
I haven't met a lot of people.
yeah, no, you wouldn't have met Tom anyway for sure. Definitely not Neil. Well, like Neil would have been at the events. He was competing as well. I don't think I've ever showed you his car. It's quite cool, to be fair. Tom hasn't competed ever. Well, not ever, but he hasn't competed this year anyway. It could be it's even worse. Left my ass off. Yeah. Tom Murphy and Neil Dunn. Ah, yeah, that's who you know about. Okay.
Is it?
Uh, what? I tried to not make it publicly noticed in front of everyone. I don't even know what server to join, guys. It's like it's dead tonight. It's a 9. Unless we try that Russian Drift Series game. I bought that. Right.
You were gonna.
Oh yeah. I was going to try. I was going to drive those for a bit, but there's no real server up. Well, there kind of is. It's American server. I could join that, I suppose. There's a couple of people in it. DCGP Toyota Supra. What? Oh yeah, it's the new Supra. And E92 is gone as well. So we'll try and drive something else that I haven't driven. The GTA 6. Apparently that's supposed to be right. What server is this on? Orlando. Ugh. Try join this. I think my game is going to lag though. Oh, it's slow, is it?
Could be, but what wheel do you use?
What wheel? I use the Trustmaster T500 RS. Still not being picked up. Still not being.
Ellen.
You're still not being picked up the microphone. You keep leaving it.
I'm sorry.
Well, you don't have
I'm
to
not
be sorry.
used to this.
Well, am I forcing you to do it?
No, I never said you were.
Because you want to
forcing
get into
me.
live streaming too, don't you?
Yeah.
Maybe I should have the big boom mic, and you should have the
Yeah,
headset.
probably.
And then
But then you won't be able to hear when you're.
No, I won't be able to hear when I'm driving. So
Yeah.
like,
So you kind of need it.
I do kind of need it. I suppose. Yeah,
It helps.
it does help. Oh man, what setup did I have for this again? Not for this car, but for.
Cameron said he lives by the Orlando track.
You live by Orlando. Nice.
That's
Is it
nice.
sunny there right now? Is it warm? We're going to someplace
Can
warm.
we see some RDS in a few minutes?
Russian Drift Series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could show
Sean
some of
wants
that.
to-
That game, it's like, it's alright. I kind of figured it out after like 10 minutes. It's not that difficult, to be honest. But it's worth a bit of fun anyway. Okay, I just got notified. Who followed? T51, is that what it says? I can't read it. You don't know what it says. Thank you for the follow, my guy.
Someone did.
Someone did, exactly. Okay, what setup did I have for this? Or, okay, it's after restarting.
First 80 degrees right now.
How many degrees?
80.
Wait,
So
is
that'll
that
be Fahrenheit.
that's
not
Fahrenheit?
Celsius. Yeah. Oh, that
I don't think that's actually that warm. Usually they go on about, oh, it's 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. But that is in Celsius.
What we have been said on YouTube. I heard Tandem Buddies and DCB is the most realistic car parks. I mean, to be fair, to drive, they are quite, like, realistic-ish. Like, they're fun that way. But I wouldn't say that they are the most realistic. Like, in terms of physics and stuff like that in car setup. Some of the stuff you do on it is like, right, okay, it's a bit weird, like what you have to do to make them work. But it's like, yeah, if it works, it works. You don't really.
Oh, like 26 Celsius, I think.
Oh, is it?
That's what some.
Ew, that's kind of hot, isn't it?
I wouldn't like that.
No.
I think I'd like melt.
No. Anything higher than like 22 and I'm dead. Drive, please.
Oh, it was Steve that. Steve 88.
Steve. Hey, Alan. Oh, it's Steve 88. How you doing, man? What else are people saying? Anyone else saying stuff on Facebook? Oh god, we have more comments. Cameron, how you doing, bud?
Last comment.
Nah, it's nice out right now taking the Vert S13. You guys are lucky, you got convertible S13s and stuff. They don't seem to be that popular. Come on, what's going on with the server, man? There is like, I think there's like 2 of them in Ireland, but they're imports from Japan, which are super rare compared to the American one. Wait for countdown. I can't wait any longer. But yeah, no, I'm all good. Oh, it's loud. Oh, my ears.
Vibrating.
Huh?
Someone sent you a friend request.
Oh, is that my friend request?
Yeah.
Oh, just force to be back on this is quite high.
We told Neil gotta get one.
These cars are so weird to drive, man. Oh, fuck. McLean? That's the name it's familiar. So my good old buddy friend SCS Kyo. Seen that guy in years. Or, not seen him. I never actually seen him. Talk to. Let's chase this guy. What have you got?
They're asking if they can see your RHM settings.
Hmm?
RHM settings.
RHM. Oh, real head motion settings. Best stuff is to message me on Facebook. My Facebook likey page, because I have them pasted already there. Like, well, not pasted, but like it's easier for me to share them there.
Stuart said you should jump in the drifted server. A few in there.
What server is that?
Drifted server.
Drifted server. Who said that?
Stuart.
Who?
Stuart?
Stuart. Stuart Shield. Hey Stuart, how you doing, man? Jump in the drifted server, right? We'll jump into that one, so. I don't think... Clean. Pretty sure that's Kyle. So Kyle used to be a guy from the Forza days, and we used to hang out like call. What would you say on Xbox? Like chat a lot,
Yeah.
and like I don't know, we did all sorts of like weird stuff to Forza cars to try and make them do some stuff. If
Yeah,
anyone's,
when your S14 will be in a settle.
it's already in a setup, but it's like
Prefer driving the 370, don't you?
no, it's not that. It's I wanted to try something different because I had done pretty well in the S14, and I was like, look, probably try something else. But
Okay.
the S14 is just a little bit. Oh, there's McLean. I see. Look, there he is. Hey, Kyle, how you doing, man? It's been a long time. Jeff, that's his name. That's actually his real name. Jeff. It's been a long time. Have you gotten out of the 270-degree Mad Catz wheel? What's the password to this? I don't even know what the password is. Or must I join the thing? Favorite car of the 2020 DCGP car pack? The Supra felt pretty good on the steering. I like the E90 a bit better though for carrying angle and stuff. Day 3.
Word.
Message me with password. I leaked the password. I should leak it. I will leak it on the internets. Wow, look at that. Okay. I assume the caps lock. You see, you can't see it. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Work. What car?
Someone else
Wait,
is asking you. Pro 1.
BDC Pro 1. Second. What car will I drive? Wait, I can't drive any of the cars. I'll just drive the GT86 again.
Porter Stewart says, "Hey Alan, how are you?"
Hey Porter, how you doing, my guy? Oh, look at that! Wow! Look at that for a car. S14. That's the old S14. That's what it looked like. No, I was making S14. It's actually the outside of it is pretty much done. It's just and the engine. No, the engine's not done. The suspension is kinda, but Oh, this is a little trick, people. Watch this. Look, I can go all the way up to the top of the setup. So easy. Bada boom. What do I get? Get a medal. Just give me a medal already, please.
Trophies behind you.
I'm supposed to remind people about that.
They can all see they're behind you and they're behind me because so many of them.
Okay. Right, let's don't get someone that's got to make fun of of your achievements. Oh, sigh.
What else am I supposed to do? You're always making fun of me.
Oh, sharp people.
See what I mean?
What is better, VR or triple screen? Oh, it's personal opinion. I would like a proper triple screen setup, but a VR is probably in theory better. It is probably better. Oh, these cars, Jesus, slide all over the place.
Hey Alan, is there any place I can reach out to you? I am trying to get back into the AC drift people.
Oh, yes, that's Kyle, right? Or McLean or McCanus.
Janice.
Yeah. So, do you have Discord? Do you have Discord? You still have me on Facebook, right? So, shoot me a message on the Facebook, and then I'll send you a link to my Discord, and then that's probably the best way to contact me, because I can send you a link to through my Discord, and from there, then we can get you into meet up with. Well, still drifts now in AC. Ren Giro, I don't know if you remember Ren Giro. Reese is still about. Ed Mart, he still does some stuff from Forza guys. I just got added tonight into an X like Forza Discord, so I could probably add you onto that, and you can meet all the JSI guys and stuff they used to do years ago. Oh, who else?
You gonna compete in DCGP?
We'll see. I would like to. The thing with DCGP is like it's always on a weird times for me. Like not weird, it's not a bad way to say it, but kind of awkward timing. Sometimes it's in between weird events, so it's like kind of hard to. Oh, Richie's after commenting. Side all over the place. What is you're supposed to do? What is he, Richie?
Watching on
Richie,
Facebook.
I need a selfie of you, my guy.
Oh yes, we need a selfie.
We need a selfie of you. Oh.
Porter asks, is Rise still competition? That's what I don't know what.
Oh, sugar.
And he's not listening to me.
What's that? Hello?
Typical dudes. Right, I have this.
Some people saying
Yes.
sorry.
Here.
Some people get sassy. Ooh. Is Reese still competition in VDC? Yes, he's under Renjiro.
Your sister's watching.
Oh, feck it. What's that?
Your sister is watching. Richie said he was going to get a haircut today before I sent the selfie, but he didn't get around to it.
I'm concentrating. Oh my god. And I can't hear anything either. My car's still too loud. What's that?
Richie said he was going to get a haircut before sending on selfie, but he didn't get around to it.
Ah. Yeah. It's like a weird requirement thing. So okay. Quick announcement: we're heading to Oman Tuesday, so
Yeah.
we're competing in Oman this week, and we're trying to sort out the visas. And Richie is helping us by coming over, and he hasn't. I need him to take a photo for visa purposes, and he's not doing it. So everyone unsubscribe from Richie because he's not taking a selfie for us. Give him lots of hate messages.
Owen McCarthy said, "You the best driver, Alan."
That's Owen, Owen from college.
Yes.
Tell him he's a prick.
I'm pretty sure I can hear you.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Simon Perry says, "Mr. Hines, Happy New Year to you. Hope you do well this year."
Thank you very much, Simon. Happy New Year to you too. Hopefully, we might. Surely you'll be competing this year again. Maybe, hopefully, or maybe pass on the GTR to. Um. Sorry, I forget. I'm really sorry. I forget your son's name. But yeah, we hopefully might see you in the GTR this year. Would you drive? Would you drive again? Right. What am I supposed to do? I need to.
Owen says, "Oh man, that's cool. I can hear you, Alan." I told you.
He's such an asshole. I call him an asshole. He's not really that much at all.
What kind of gloves are you wearing? They're a Brucey wear. I got them for him for Christmas.
Oh, look at
'Cause I'm
you.
amazing.
No, you're not.
Want to be okay. You still driving the S14 in real life? He is.
Yes, correct. I still will be. Oh, yeah.
What's the most difficult car out of the VDC pack?
BDC.
Yeah.
Any car that has a turbo 2J. It's a
Owen
really
called you
random like thing, but they are really nice to drive. The lag in them is ridiculous.
Owen called you a donkey.
Gotta be a donkey.
Yeah.
Bit of a throwback to John there.
Why don't you use VR?
I can't afford it. I'd rather spend it on the race car.
Simon said, "No, mate, I'm retired now."
He needs a tire guy, is it?
Retired.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Let's try and chase some people. I need to turn on the sound of this again. Audio. Oh my god. This car, like the second you turn it, it just spins. Sorry people. Hey everyone. Sorry. I just gotta drive around here. Oh.
What do you think about as first drift car as an IS?
Cheap and cheerful. I think the chassis number is actually okay. Like they have great potential to become something. Power in them is like terrible, obviously. So I think. Oh, and they're quite heavy too.
Bosco. I think that's how you pronounce the name. The other cars are on another live stream I just saw.
The other cars. What other cars?
Other cars? I'm guessing that you're driving one now.
Oh, okay.
And Declan says, "Say happy birthday to me live on RTE. Thanks."
Say happy birthday. Oh, it's Declan's birthday, isn't it? I think maybe.
I don't know.
Live on RTE. What an entry.
Porter said that he's saving up his money for an
And that's what?
IS200.
Well, IS200. Yeah, so I definitely think. Well, in Ireland they're way cheaper anyway. Like, you could find in an Irish accent, you can find a Rexford RE for a few £100, I suppose. But I don't know. They're just one of the. I just don't really have much interest in them. Maybe in a couple of years' time, maybe when they're even cheaper again, I might turn around and say, yeah, it might be a good enough car to have.
So Declan says, "Tis boss." So happy birthday, Declan. I did not know it was your birthday, so happy birthday. You gotta send him that video.
Oh, a video of me on RT.
No, the happy birthday video.
Oh, happy! Oh, the happy birthday video. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Rishi said he has no subscribers. He just uses this to stalk you. Coolest car in VDC 2020.
BDC 2820 coolest car. Oh my god, this is a hard one. I don't think it's my car, to be honest. Like, anyway, that's be a bad thing to pick my own car. T-Con's released the new S14 that he's going to be using, and it looks pretty baller. But coolest car. I quite like Alex Panfilov's Matt Field inspired C6 Corvette. That's pretty baller, actually. It's really cool, good replica. It's a C6 Corvette, so it's pretty cool anyway.
Adriel said, a lot of people don't know how to set up a drift car. You was a perfect guy to do a tutorial for us.
What, in the game?
I'm guessing
Yes.
so.
But see, that releases all my secrets, Adriel, so why would I do that? No. I really need to do it because I've done some videos and stuff in the past, like on Tandem Buddies, and like giving my thought process on them. And like I know people always struggle with the VDC cars, saying, "Oh, they're too snappy and stuff." So like releasing a video like would help people for sure. But a lot of the time, like when it comes to these GP cars, you have to do some really weird stuff. So it's all about like experimentation and stuff.
Simon says, best first timer drift car BMW compact.
I think are they still cheap to buy? Are they like you still have to pick them up cheaply? Because I know with the in Ireland the IS200 and the E46 are probably the two cheapest cars to buy. But for compacts, oh maybe an E46 compact might be quite cheap too. And they're quite snappy, aren't they? Because like well they kind of have to. Well they are short, so I don't know if can people hear the game volume, but
Oliver E. Pinger Supra looks sick.
he followed.
Porter says.
What?
Looks sick.
Oh, the Supra.
Yeah.
Oh, the new Supra. Oh, actually, Jack's Supra looked baller at the start of the year when I see pictures of that. I'm biased. I'm biased about versus what?
Will you be competing at any BDC rounds this year?
BDC. BDC.
BDC, yes.
B.
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 B. You
B
know,
for
like on the
bitch.
door right there beside you.
Like you're a bitch.
Yes, like I'm a bitch.
Bitch Drift Championship. Yes, that's the plan. I would love to commit to a full season, but I'm heading over to the Middle East Tuesday with you. Unfortunately, 3 weeks. Oh my god. Um, and hopefully we can confirm something with Pro Drifting of what we're actually doing. So just give it maybe another month.
Thanos says hello. Good luck to VDC series. Can you drift outside of car?
Can I drift outside? I can't do it. It's too mind-boggling. You can do it. I can't.
I can do it. Voskov says it's Overboost Drift Team and their new build Audison S14 with 5-cylinder Audi engine sounds sick.
Yes, Audi 5-cylinders are always sick. So there's one nearby where we are right now. It belongs to a guy. His name is Darren McNamara or something like that. You probably have never heard of him. Darren McNamara from Prod Drift. And
needs Corolla.
So that's a bit of an inside joke. If you ask Alexa, right, Amazon Alexa, what Darren McNamara, he pops up on it. From Wikipedia.
McNamara.
From Prod Drift, 2006 champion, the Tyro SR20 Corolla. But Darren is building a Quattro, like Audi Quattro with a 5-pot Audi lump in it, and it's pretty cool. Should be awesome to see that in the sound and stuff.
The chat is chaos because of the multi-stream. It really is.
Yeah.
Butchered this name, but Bartimej says my IS280 is disappeared. Is the coolest one in VDC 2021 pack. Lol.
Oh, 2021. So we're going to see him in 2021. That sounds like a plan, Bart. Barto, I'm going to call you Bart. Hope you don't mind.
Bartiomej? I'm butchering that name. Porter says, although I should be biased because I have Mitch Lerner and Mick Jeffrey in the team I'm in, and I should say that those cars are cool.
So, Jeffrey... Wait. No, because then... Oh, yeah, you probably could do it. Yeah. So Mitch is driving the S13 that he usually drives, and then Mick I think is driving an S14 with the boss kit in the front. You don't know what a boss kit? That's another S14 you have to learn about.
I wasn't really looking. I wasn't really listening to you. I was kind of reading the comments.
Typical, yeah. Women.
I'm just cutting you out because I have to do with you for 3 weeks straight. Have you seen Mixed Top 10 clips?
Mixed top 10 clips. Mixed top 10 clips. I've heard of slap trains, if that's the same kind of thing. My
Yeah, my
R33
R33
winner, okay.
2021.
He's got an R33 skull and winner chicken dinner. Well, let's throw some PUBGs in chat.
How's the rebuild on the S14 going?
The S14 is actually in Oman right now.
It is.
So we rebuilt it a couple of months ago. It wasn't that hard actually to rebuild it. It was only a couple of suspension parts, a couple of subframes,
Okay.
a bit of fiberglass, new suspension arms. Still don't know if it works or not. Oh yeah, the steering rack as well. Yeah.
Overboost enters BDC 2020 again.
Overboost. Guys from Denmark, yes. With the, are you guys, oh, you were the guys that were mentioning about the S14 with the 5-pot. You know what, actually now that I think about it, having like a 5-cylinder in an S14 is like the best compromise between like a 4-cylinder car, like a V8 or like an SR20. You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, I know you
Not
don't.
really.
And a
But I know
6-cylinder.
V8 sound cool, so.
Okay. Yeah, they come from a Nissan GTR, right?
Okay. The pretty ones. The pretty cars that I love.
The GTR,
The
yeah.
ones that look pretty. That I'm always showing you on Instagram, like, look at the pretty car.
No, they don't come with a V8, Alannah.
That's sad.
They only come with V6s, which is like a smaller V8.
You're trying to explain stuff is so funny.
Well,
Like smaller.
it's so easy to figure out. Well, I suppose not for you because you're not really used to cars and stuff.
What mod is the most nice to drive? Drift or of course. Yes.
WDT, I think. Yeah, World Drift Tour. They seem to be quite baller actually. They're like they're like set up to be easy to drift. That's what I like about them. They're like very natural. They feel like an actual car, to be honest, and I like that idea.
Which Assetto mods are closest to the real thing street and competition cars?
This has turned into a Q&A. This is fantastic. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not what we intended, but anyway, this is brilliant. Asking questions.
This is better.
So, what was this?
Which Assetto mods are closest to the real thing street and competition cars?
Okay, so Virtual Drift Championship is probably the closest to the competition cars. The street, probably World Drift Tour Street, that is.
Johan said, glad to see you have such a good new addition to the team. Best of luck this year.
Yeah, so we included Richie as a new person to the team this year, and oh, that's a lie. I think Johan has talked. Hey, by the way, hello Johan, and congratulations to your 1-year anniversary. Just so you know, right? So Johan, okay, all the sport was on this year in Birmingham, okay, and because of me being a bad eater and stuff, we had to go to a pizzeria.
Yeah.
And Johan was there, and there was like a, what was it, like a vegan meetup or something, like, I don't know, it was like a club or something of people, and Johan, being the man he is, decided to chase after this girl out of the Italian, like out of this pizzeria place, and I don't know what happened, but anyway, they're now dating, and they've been dating since they, so that's kind of interesting, all because of my bad eating. So people, so if someone has a bad eating habit and you're saying, oh, like, we can't go there, I don't want to go to that place, just think about it, like, that person could be setting you up, or in other words, I probably might set you up, or even really try. It's worth a try.
Oh, Trevor said, sorry I can't stay on, dude. Had to switch it off as I had my gran staying with us at the moment. Off to bed.
Awesome, thanks Trev, see you man. Come on, Matthews.
Oh, it's Bartek.
Bartank.
Bartek. He
Oh,
said
Bartek.
I can use Bartek. Pronounce his name because I'm bad at pronouncing names. Mix clips in Slap Train's top 10.
Oh, I've seen people post up about it in the AC groups, like Assetto Corsa Drift groups, but I didn't actually Oh yes, I do remember. He was like drifting around streets and stuff, wasn't he? Yes, I did see it. It was pretty cool, actually. In fairness, pretty baller. Whoa, these cars are weird.
What engine setup do you use for the S14?
It's just a stock 2JZ. With a big turbo. It makes about 550 horsepower and BMW gearbox.
Regan said, I was there when you crashed it. It was scary. And then you go out in Dwayne's car, pure class.
Yeah, that was probably like I think you know that you're okay at driving when you can just hop in the car like that. Like
Yeah.
you've confidence in that. Okay, maybe I can do this type of stuff. And it helps a lot that Dwayne taught me the right things. Like he taught me, right, when it comes to transition, it's gonna snap like that and stuff. So like you can kind of like prepare for it. Right, we're chasing Christoph here. We're gonna concentrate for a second.
Okay. What I thought was mad after that crash, though, is that Alan did not hurt at all. He had like one bruise under his arm here, and that was it. He didn't hurt. He didn't feel like sore at all. Not that day. We thought it would hit him the following day. Me and Maeve, we're like, he's going to be in so much pain tomorrow. Not a bit of pain on him. He was like, no, I'm fine. I'm grand.
I know, but everyone was saying it, and
Yeah.
it was like, I don't see how it could affect me because, well, it was just one of those crashes. Like it was all absorbed in the air because it was like two wheels or like three wheels in the air or something ridiculous.
Yeah, it was tree, I think. From the
Uh,
photos, I think it was tree. Because
yes.
I happened to miss it because I went to the toilet. I went to the toilet and missed the entire thing. I was just like, I just went downstairs and Maeve was like, everything's okay. It's okay. What? I was like, I don't know what's going on. Why are you telling me it's okay? Um, Eric says, Alan, please get on VDC server 1. This is boring. Oh, and Johan said it was, it was a vegan meetup.
Who said get on VDC one?
Derek?
Dark.
Or do?
Oh,
Or do?
Dark! Congratulations on your win. I seen that he won the SQDC, the French Canadian Drift Championship or something like that. I don't know. I need to get into that actually. I would like to do an event of it if it's so possible. I'm gonna leave a bit of a gap here because Fire Smoke was last.
Yeah, he meant me. Alannah. He spelt it really weird.
Has anyone spelled your name wrong yet?
Yes, Alayna.
Oh, that's
I've
a new
never
way.
seen a Y in it. It's Alannah. Okay. BMW 535D 5-speed gearbox.
It's a BMW gearbox, but it's the 530D, not the 35.
535.
Oh no, just the 530D gearbox. Yeah.
Very confused here. What's going on?
Oh, you don't know. You just see numbers. Are you trying to add them all up?
No,
Trying to add up all the numbers.
totally. 13.
What does D stand for? Diesel.
D. 4. Will Kyle Woods win DCGP again, or are you planning to beat him?
Who's this? No.
Christoph.
What was the question again? Something about DCGP.
Will Kyle Woods win DCGP again, or are you planning to beat him?
I'm planning to beat him. I plan to beat everyone. The problem is that like you put so much time into VDC and you're changing cars, and then I don't put enough time into DCGP that I have to like completely relearn like how close I can get to people, all that type of stuff. It's like super tough, and like it's really frustrating, right? Because like you can beat all of these people deep down, like you can beat, like you're not gonna always beat them.
Yeah.
You can like at least set a challenge. There's nothing worse than when like you're leading them or something, and next thing you hit a wall, and it's like so much better than that. It's so frustrating.
Mhm. Get on Pro 1 server, bruv.
Dark again.
No. Rise.
Oh,
That
Reese.
again. Oh god, I butchered.
It's Reese.
Reese.
I just call him Rice. RICE. Race-inspired
Yeah, I'd never
cosmetic
seen that
enhancement.
name before, so I was just like, how do you pronounce this? I was just like, Rise? So Reese, get on
Yes.
Pro 1 server, bruv.
Yes. Bruv, in it, yeah.
Bruv.
Aye, yeah. Get on Pro Silver 1 in it, yeah. Mate, yeah,
That
in it.
event was so sketchy.
In it,
It
yeah.
was very sketchy.
What was that?
I'm thinking last round, where you
Oh,
were in Dwayne's car and then you were in Townie's car.
Tony's car, yeah.
I was like, bad feelings all over the place. Regan says, then I was at the DMEC day after and was talking to the lad that loaned you his car after you just left the pits. Asked him, was he scared? He said no, cause he trusts you in a car. Oh.
What's this? I think
So
I need to.
I think that was Townie. Was that when you were driving Townie's car and Townie said that he's not scared of you being in his car because he trusts you in a car?
Yeah,
That was probably
probably.
Townie.
Yeah.
Because
I think.
I think I remember someone someone asking Townie that, and he was like, "No, I'm not scared at all,"
Um.
because he trusted you.
Yeah. I
Alan,
think.
quick question: what was it like to go from your S14 to Sean Healy 180 to Dwayne 180?
Okay, so
Ooh.
so the three steering kits in the market, I suppose in Ireland, are DMAC, right, which is developed by Darren McNamara. Then there's Wisefab, and then there's TDP. So those are the three kits you can buy. Yeah, there would be. And then you've got custom stuff as well. Darren's stuff is more kind of custom. It's like cut, shut knuckles and stuff. So that's what I'm used to, is that type of stuff. And it's a different mindset from whole the Wisefab thing and the TDP kit. So I drove Darren's steering kit, which is a well set up DMAX steering kit. Obviously set up by Darren. He does all the alignment and stuff. Drove that. Obviously that car steered really well. Um, Jumped into Dwayne's car again. That's a car really good for steering. It's a well set up Wisefab car. And to be honest, it didn't really feel that much different. It was just the car I was able to steer quite well. Um, it was probably a little bit better at transitioning and stuff than my current setup, I suppose. Just felt a little bit nicer, a bit smoother maybe, but nothing that would make me splash out the €2,000 or €3,000 to buy it. Like it's not that much more of a performance that was worth buying, in my opinion, especially when it's something that's pretty good already. In the TDP kit, I didn't like it actually. Maybe I see Sean hadn't really driven the car for a while, so maybe the setup on the steering of it wasn't correct. Maybe had the wrong alignment specs, or just the tracking, the alignment was out. So I didn't necessarily really enjoy that car. I didn't feel confident and comfortable in it. But I had some serious problems. I couldn't even get the car into gear half the time. So there was a problem with the shifter. And you know what? It was just great to get an experience driving in Drift Masters again, of course. And I think that's why we did it more so than do anything.
Quick question: which do you prefer, prefer RB or the 2J after driving Dwayne's car?
So Dwayne's RB is like unbelievable. It's crazy. It's I think the RB is the better six cylinder to put power to the ground. Maybe it's just Dwayne's engine in general, but anyone that runs an RB is seriously fast in drift. Um, so I think that's just a better engine to put power to the ground. When it came to JZ though, it's just a much easier engine to drive. Maybe it's just my cars. Maybe it's just the JZ in general just having more torque. I'm just used to it. I don't have as much turbo lag or something. But it was actually a little bit easier to drive. Um, what else is there? What was the other question? Oh, that was about it,
That
really,
it?
isn't it?
2020 GP cars.
What do I think of them?
I suppose just 2020 GP cars? Question mark.
They're okay. They're the same as last season's. I don't really feel much difference from them. Maybe tires or something. I'm not really sure. I haven't really looked into it.
Johan apologized to me about the spelling of my name and said, "Hope to see you guys soon at BDC, Alan."
Yes, Johan. We'll hope to see you soon. Hopefully, we'll try and get over to something this year.
Yes. Hopefully, I'll be able to come with.
Yeah, you'll be paying for your own flights, bitch.
You're so mean to me.
I have to show my. Okay, I don't really
Your
have to.
dominance.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah. Beat you up. Will I let Bella out?
Yeah, you might as well, I suppose. Or unless she wants to be pet. Right, what else? Okay, hang on. I'm still trying to read stuff here. We get people joining all the time. How's everyone? Should we join? Okay, so people are still asking me to join different servers and stuff. Any more crazy videos to make? Did I ever show you that video of where it was in the UK? I don't think I ever. No. Okay,
That's a
so
very like
okay, right, fair.
vague question. That
Yeah.
video where I was in the UK, like which one? Like what?
Alright, fair. Okay,
Maybe I
okay.
don't know.
I don't know either, I suppose. Anyway, but when I was in the UK 2 years ago, you have a cat. You're not even showing off the cat. Poor old Java.
I'm gonna adjust.
You're gonna adjust the camera to show off the cat. She's doing that. I'm gonna take a shortcut through the barriers here. The canonis.
We have the cat. Oh. If there was any rule in drifting you could change, what would it be? Oh, I think I know what it would be. It would be getting rid of the 5 minute rule, wouldn't it?
Yes, that'd be one rule I'd like to change actually. Be the 5 minute rule. I don't really have any specific reasons as to why. It's just like, um, just so you know, guys, I'm just gonna join the VDC server because if there's anyone, or there's a few people. Oh,
Robert. Oh, you're gonna continue the 5 minute rule one?
yeah, I don't know. I just think it's not needed anymore, man. Like, it's like if you can't build a car that can last a day, why should you make it so it lasts like every 10 minutes? It just doesn't make any sense. Then again, I understand the 5 minute rule, second chance, but I don't think people like sitting around waiting for 5 minutes in the final because some guy decided that the pipe that fell off that shouldn't have fallen off. I don't know.
Robert asks, will we see any big changes to the S14 for the 2020 Irish season?
Again, well, like I've always wanted to make huge changes to the car. Like I want to like. Obviously, I'm a firm believer. Wait, why it's working? I'm a firm believer of making the most of what you have. Like I don't have a lot in that car. Like it hasn't really cost me much, and so I'm not that inclined to spend like a ton of cash in it when like you can't really do much better than second place in Ireland. Like now, of course, if James and Jack and Connor and Nigel Colfer and all those were back in Ireland, it would be way harder to try and get the second place in the championship again, obviously, with the car. But the
Mm-hmm.
fact that we're able to stick to fight, we're still able to somewhat chase the Shanahans and the Keevers and stuff. Like, I don't really think we need much more, but
Mm-hmm.
ideally, I would like to have the sequential gearbox and the 650 horsepower and the quick change differential and the fancy rear suspension. I would so want that, all of that stuff, but I just can't justify the cost of it, so it would really depend on what people are from my. Why are you only showing their microphone and your
Because
nose?
cat.
Showing off cat cam.
Cat.
Cat cam, that's a cool name.
Cam.
Cat cam.
Owen asks, are you competing in the DMEC series this year?
No, I won't be
No.
competing Drift Masters. Um, I just think it's like I just don't. First of all, if I don't have like proper gear like the sequential gearbox and the quick change and stuff, I don't feel like it's not really worth it. I just don't feel like that it's worth putting yourself to that much strain, worrying, oh, is my gear ratio going to be right? I think it's like the last thing you want to worry about. And I don't even have any spares. All I have is a spare gearbox, and that's dead. So it's like the car is heading to Oman with no spares, pretty much. So it's like it's even hard enough to try and like prepare for that. So Europe, despite it being a bit closer, I just don't think I can do it this year. Maybe next year, definitely the year after. I suspect the year, maybe 2022, we'll try and definitely do Masters. Next year, we'll see.
Um, and Chris asks, do you have the best drifting chassis? In brackets, BMW E36. Listening? Not listening.
I'm just trying to chase Element who made a few mistakes here. Best drifting chat. Do I have an E36? I used to, years ago, I used to have one, and I crashed it. And from that point on, I was like, BMW suck. No, I crashed it. Okay, so the BMW, this was an E36, it was a 328. I think it was like, it might have been some sort of purple. It was like a Daytona or like a violet, like purple. It was like a super rare color. and it was a 328 BMW. And back in those times, no one in Ireland really knew much about BMWs. Like, oh, the fact that if you put like the 320, the 2 litre manifold on the 2.8, that it gets you an extra 20 horsepower. No one knew any about that. Um, so it was like, look, sell that, buy an S14, it's cheaper. And that's what we did. We bought an S14. Well, that's what I did actually. I bought an S14. And
English.
Java.
Do you think James Dean is gonna do VDC with his new sim?
No, I don't think so. I doubt it. He just doesn't have the time. And the time for VDC, it's quite a
Yeah.
lot of time during like drift weekends and stuff. I think I've heard from other people the reason why he has one, and it's simply for the fact of just practicing before events when he has the time. That's all it is. And like the thing is, he's so busy. I think he's only home for like 3 weeks of the year,
Yeah.
3 4 weeks of the year. Like he won't even be able to get time to use it. So he's always wanted one. He was always mad to come down to my place and use my one years ago. But I always like said to him, "There's no point, man, because like my setup is not that great. Like you would be getting a great experience
He
from
won't
it."
be able to fit in it.
No, he wouldn't be able to fit in it. Like I can barely fit in it. It's just too small. And then it's too small for people that are too small or it's too big. So it's
Too
like
big for me.
I need something with a bit more adjustability.
Oman. Ugh, can't talk. Well, yes, we are going to Oman. Robert asks, great point. Is it the same red S14 you started out in?
Yes,
Yes,
same
it
car
is.
from 2011.
You know the SQDC?
Yep, yep. It's the French Drift Championship on the simulator.
Ah. Okay.
Derek, the guy in front of us right now, he won it last event.
Ouch.
Oops, sorry.
What's your smoke mod?
It's just custom shaders patch. If you donate to the content manager thing, you can get it. You can download it free thing, and then you just enable it, and it's all good. Particles FX. I usually turn it off for competition because it's just too much smoke.
Matt Kell. First time visitor, do you compete in competitions? If so, how long did you play before you started competitions?
Before I started competing in real life, I was competing or driving in the sim since 2007. So I started off in Forza Motorsport 7 when I got my 360 Xbox or Xbox 360, and I've just been doing drifting and stuff. I'm gonna crash into. Just been drifting in like sims and stuff since then. Well, I wouldn't consider Forza a sim to be honest, but like just been drifting in general and like just been practicing lying mostly because I'm a line based driver. Call me.
So,
Like my first drift event that I competed in, I won my class. So that's. I got to the point where I was super comfortable in the real car that I didn't have to really think twice about what I was doing. I just was able to do what the judges wanted, and that was it.
yeah. Kyle says, "Oh, exciting! We'll be watching you from the couch." D-Rox, who asked about SQDC, said, "Yes, I'm a driver on SQDC."
Ah, nice.
Um,
Drive with Darek win in Long Beach. No, so well, Darek is in front of us right now, but I would like to compete in SQDC. The time zone actually kind of works out okay for us because they actually started like the same time as Bushido, which was on the same time. Bushido is like the feeder series for VDC, and they started around the same time. They finished at around the same time. So
Marcos says, "Or Factor Days for Life."
is that Mr. Pink Drifter?
I don't know.
Don't know. Marcus Lindqvist.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, sorry, cow. Yes, our Factor Days for Life. And LFS Days, don't forget about that.
I've seen you drifting with him before.
What's that?
I've seen you drifting with him before on some...
Yeah, it was Okayama round 2. He beat me.
Ah.
Remember, then I put like a sour video up online. I was like, OMG,
Yeah.
these judges suck. Boo!
That name from somewhere. Yeah, that's
Marcus
it.
did nothing wrong. He was just drifting.
Yeah.
I blame the judges. If the judges are watching, Chris, you guys suck. Judges suck. Don't think about my dad at all.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I was like, You're calling out your dad
I
there.
don't mean anything bad about judges. Like I've judged before. I hate the job. I hate anyone to judge, except for my dad. He can judge.
um, Regan asks, what pedal box and wheel you use?
So I use Trustmaster T500 RS, and my pedals are Fanatic CSR Elite. So they're a bit old school. Everything is old school. If I had the money, like I'd probably have a direct drive with some nice Fanatic pedals, probably, or like Fanatic V3 pedals or something like that. Oh crap! Oh my god! Oh wow! Yes, Rallycross. I love Rallycross.
Oh, apparently Derek won yesterday. He's a good
Yeah,
driver and
yeah, yeah. I've said that twice, Alannah.
okay, I'm not listening to you. I'm reading
Okay,
the
that's true. You're not
comments.
really. So Derek is the guy behind me. I've said this already. Derek
Okay,
is in front of me
okay,
twice, and now
okay,
Derek is behind me. Now Derek is beside me. Now Derek
okay.
is behind me. He's from Canada. Did you know that? He speaks French, probably. Then we got
That was very random.
what the whole fucking. Now look, Derek is in front of me.
um,
Okay, that flick. I have to learn how to do that properly.
Mark Ryan asks, best way of gaming sponsors to move from drift days to actual competing in Ireland.
What's that?
Best way of gaining sponsors to move from drift days to actually competing in Ireland.
I hate like sponsors are tough. They're tough. I don't think you can really attract a sponsor just based off drift days, unfortunately. Like I don't like I've looked into I was very fortunate, right? Because my position in drifting, I know a lot of contacts, so in that sense, like it was like, oh, you know, could you help us out a small bit? And they're like, oh, here's a 5% discount, and then you put a huge sticker on the side of the car. Like that type of sponsorship is fine if you're a beginner. Like if you're starting off, like 5 or 10% is a huge like uh how would you say it? Like it's great for a person like driver starting off. But for me right now, it's like pointless. Like if someone gives me 10% off, I'd just rather pay the extra 10% and just buy it outright and not have to deal with any strings attached. So that's the problem with sponsorship. And there's a great video online of how to approach it. I can't think of the guy's name, but he kind of goes about saying like, if you get a sponsor and now you have to pay for the wrap or the sticker that goes on the car, well, what's the point? Like, because you're losing all your money that you're saving just by putting on the wrap and stuff.
Mm.
It's a bit of a rant. I just kind of have. I have to be careful, obviously, what I say, but um, I think it's one of those things. The best way to approach it is just have a decent online presence. Just get friendly with people. Realize the fact that you probably have to put money into it yourself a lot from the start, and hope that by being smart with the decisions that you make on the track and how you promote yourself, and you'll get sponsors that way. I mean, you could always chance like local tire companies and local businesses and stuff like that with a fancy proposal, but you kind of need to have something that proves that you do all this stuff beforehand. And the fact of the matter is, the reason, yeah, it's over at the most. That is, Project came to me because I was doing real life. I was doing simulator stuff, and they wanted to get into the same stuff. They thought it was a new way to get into drifting, and I don't know, for the both of us, it's worked out really well actually. So yeah, it's a lot of luck. In Ireland, it's a lot harder. So I would say just oh crap, I can't talk and drive at the same time. It's so bad. Um, I would say just look, stay at it and try and get into competition yourself with as much partnerships that you have, and just hope that yeah, more people come on board later. Fortunately, it's not as easy as people make it out to be, which sucks.
Joe S. Team asks, have you seen the Feel VR wheel and pedals?
I haven't seen him in person because you can't really get him. My buddy Lawrence does do suswa do suswa. Find him on YouTube. He got the pedals. He's been inviting me to his house for the last couple of weeks because he's only an hour away. I actually worked with him. We worked with him. Lawrence,
Oh yes.
Lawrence, we worked. Um, so he's all that. He got the Field VR pedals, and he seems to be quite impressed with them actually. So for $180 product or something like that, it seems to be kind of worth the money. The looks of them, they don't look the prettiest. Like they are very abstract. They have weird colors and stuff, but they are certainly interesting. I have seen them, but I haven't like seen them in person. I've seen pictures of them, of course.
asks, would you like to compete in Plock Stadium in Poland?
Płask, of course. Płask is like an awesome place.
Oh.
Yeah, it's P. See, I think is
Yeah.
yeah, L.
Thank you.
L in Polish is P is P W. So it's Plak,
Oh.
but you pronounce it Płask. Weird.
Plock.
You can call
You're
it
gonna call
Plak,
it
so you can
Plock.
be Irish about it.
Yeah.
I know some Polish, Siema, Siema, and then I know another word. People might know this one, Pizdo. Know what that means? No, high five. What?
Eh?
Siema Pizdo.
No, no,
Only
yeah.
Polish people get it. People who understand Polish.
I
Kind of,
work
it's kind of a
with,
curse
like,
word. Huh?
I work most of the bouncers in work are Polish, and my manager is Polish.
Yeah, but maybe you should say
And
that to him and see, you know what he says.
you know the girl that does tickets, Amelia. She's Polish.
Yeah.
And when Susanna worked there, she was Polish.
Well, there you go. You can try it
I
with them
work with a
and see what they
load
say.
of Polish people. I just don't know any Polish.
Oh, Regan says, toughest driver in drift games, extreme you drove against this year. What do you think about Dave stepping down? Stripe. I mean, you could think of all the obvious ones that are super tough that like that I would struggle against. I think the one that caught
Thank you,
me.
Bartek.
Oh, Barto, don't curse, man. um. What was this?
Mom
What
gave
was I
me
gonna say?
chocolates.
Paul McCarthy was a tough one because I just didn't know what to expect. Like he just had a weird round one, had a bad qualifying at round two, and then just came up with this super fast driving style that was very difficult for me to catch up. So it caught me off guard. So he's probably the hardest one, and it's the same for even the Shanahans and Keevers. Like when it comes to McCarthy, like oh god, what's he going to do now? Like what is he going to be fast or is he going to be slow? He's just very unpredictable that way when it comes to chasing him. Um, did I feed the dogs? I did.
Yeah.
My mum's talking to me. I'm still living at home, let's right.
Tom Murphy was like, "Hi,
Oops,
Alan. Remember me?"
I'm Murphy. Never heard of him in my life.
You're such a bad liar.
Deacon is brake checking me. Well, I'm brake checking Deacon. I remember Tom. I do remember Tom. I remember Tom was cool. He's not cool anymore because he's got a kooky S14 front and he's S14 now again, so he's not cool anymore. He used to have cool rear wings and stuff, and it inspired me slightly. And then I took my own take on it by painting it. He didn't think it was as cool. I don't think.
Oh, curva. I know curva.
You know, Carva. Oh, that's a
Curva.
very bad word.
Curva.
That's a very bad word.
Curva. The bouncer's always saying curva in work. And
This
it's
is it.
like, hey, I just know they're cursing.
That's a very bad word.
He's there in the kitchen. They're like walking out the door saying curva. I'm just like, hey. I wonder what they're mad about now.
Oh, sorry, Dark. Oh, crap. We're having a three-way fight here. Threesome. What else?
Did you make your car's data for VDC?
No, so this car... So, okay, Chris is the main judge. You might hear him over the live stream, the English guy. He's the guy that, like, ruins people, drifters' feelings and stuff. He's not very nice at all. No, he's a very nice person, but when it comes to judging, he's very harsh. He's like my dad, he's a prick. No, that's not very nice to say. But, so he initially...
Lovely!
So, I don't mean that about my dad. But, oh, Ticon's not as fast as I thought he would be. Oh, sorry, I'm concentrating here. Oh, on the door to door, as Eddie Power would say. Okay, I'm getting really distracted. I'm getting kind of hyper here, so I better calm down a small bit. But what were we talking about again? Oh, the data for VDC. So, so Chris made the initial data for the 370Z that's in the public car park you can download right now. And I went to him, I was like, dude, I need a bit more forward traction. And he completely revisited the whole car, fixed some of the steering stuff, and did some stuff with the rear. And that's what I'm driving right now, is that car. But since then, I've made some changes, like I've made some tweaks to the front suspension to make it grip a bit better at lower angle and stuff. So I do small bits and pieces, like some stuff that you would normally would do if you're doing car setup and stuff. But when it comes to like actual like developing geometry and stuff, I don't really do that. I let other people do that who have a bit more knowledge. And
Brandon Joseph says, was a pleasure meeting you at round 3 of BDC last year. Working alongside Pro Drift was amazing.
yeah, awesome to meet you too, Brandon. Were you actually working with Prodrift at the time, or what's happening?
He was working alongside
Oh, with
me.
Prodrift. Alongside. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Dominic's watching. Hey, Dominic.
Dominic is watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, BTC last year, round 3 was awesome. Like, was it round 3? Round 4? It was Birmingham anyway, whichever NEC. But that was an awesome event. Like, we did such a dominating event for Prodrift Academy. Like, holy crap.
It looks so cool. I remember being at home and I was there like at the kitchen table and my mom was watching. I think my brother was there as well and he was just like watching. We're all just watching on my tiny little laptop on the kitchen table. I was like, look at him go. That's Alan, Mom. That's Alan.
Door to door! It was just one of those events. It was like, my car wasn't actually properly suited for it. Like, if it was dry, we would have struggled, I think. Because it was wet, I was like, hitting into the 2 Russians. It was just one of those events that was like, yeah, just trying to make the most you can in the rain, just add as much weight as possible and stuff. Like, just doing some weird things like. And the steering rack was actually bent in that car. So my car.
What?
I didn't tell many people this, but after the event we changed the steering rack and realized it was like damaged the whole time. So I did the whole event with a damaged steering rack, and I did the round before that in Ireland with a damaged steering rack as well, round 3 in Ireland. So I managed to get 2 podiums in like 2 weekends with a damaged steering rack, so the car wasn't even steering properly.
Isn't that also where there was a leak?
No, that was the other one. So we didn't. That's when we changed it, and then that's when we got the steering leak. That was for Punchestown. T-Con keeps crashing. T-Con, can you please stop crashing into me? What's that?
I thought you noticed it over in Birmingham. I thought you said.
No, that was with the old steering rack.
Okay.
That was the one that was bent, so it was like really slow to steer and really tough.
Brandon said he was with Tom and Johan.
Oh, you were with Tom and Johan. Yes. I went over to that stand once, and to be honest, I'm really bad with faces and names, so I remember Tom and Johan, obviously. But as for I remember a name called Brandon. I remember someone called Brandon, but I don't remember the face, unfortunately.
Kyle said, Alan, have you heard of any rumours about the Irish Championship?
Oh, 1 second, I have to transition here. Oh, we're there. Stuck on the inside too much here, we're going to transition back. Oh, lovely transition! Oh! We got bullying each other. Talking to myself. So the Irish Championship, I'm confident there's going to be something this year.
Any rumours? Have you heard any rumours?
Oh, I've heard loads of rumours. I've heard, like, lots of rumours. But we'll see.
Regan asks, how much do you think it would cost to get into competitive drifting in Ireland? Sorry for all the questions. It's fine, we're loving the questions.
It's
just
we'll do another hour maybe. We might opt in.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the question again?
How much do you think it would cost to get into competitive drifting in Ireland?
In Ireland, it really depends on what you're trying to achieve, where you're trying to go and stuff. If you just want to get into basic stuff like Pro-Am, like a budget of like €6,000 would probably do it, to be honest.
That's a heads up for me too. In the future.
Like, you could use like a BMW 325 or 328 and you'll be able to compete fine.
Just steal your car.
Yeah, but you won't really like, yeah. Oh, I just went back to pits. Bye, T-Con.
What's the best way to get your car to feel good in AC?
How did I just do that? Feel good. Proper force feedback settings actually help a lot. A lot of people I see one guy put a post up on the Set of Cars the Drift community, and he had his Trustmaster profiler up to 100%. If you do that, your steering wheel will be dead in 2 months. Like, you do not want to do that type of stuff. Just leave the default settings in the controller. Set the damper and the Piri and the spring to 0. Leave the other 2 settings at 100%. The top 2 settings at 100, and leave the actual force feedback at 60 or 65, whatever is default for you. And then in Content Manager, just set your gain to like 70 or 100 or whatever, and then just adjust this in game then down to whatever. So that's probably the best thing to do, really. A lot of people have it turned up a lot, thinking it has to be fast and heavy, but if it's choppy, the steering is like not really smooth at all. If it's super heavy, then your force feedback is not set up correctly at all.
Sean McCarthy asks, just curious, are you able to drift with one hand even on sim?
Yes. Like if again it goes back to the last question, if you have your steering set up incorrectly, then you will struggle to, because it's like you're trying to react the reaction, if that makes sense. But like it's, you're fine with this. Like I can see, like it's not that tough for me. Like turn a lot, turn a lot. In fact, oh crap, hello.
Brandon said, the final with you and Martin was unbelievable. All of us in the stands with the green foam tums.
I remember that. You know, it wasn't until like maybe halfway during like the battles that I realized that you guys were all up in the stand with the green thumbs. I didn't even see half the time. It was mad.
Chris asks, who in your opinion will be in top 5 in DMEC 2020?
All the Irish guys.
All the Irish.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, this car is so much faster since I made those changes.
Are you doing DCGP this season?
DCGP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to. Like again, they seem to not be running a winter series this year, so it's a little bit easier for me because winter time it's like doing college or university or like IT college stuff, whatever people call it in their country. But like the last year of education that you can do before like you get a proper job and stuff and getting a degree.
And before you do a master's.
I'm not doing a master's. Hell with that.
But like,
Just a bachelor.
some people do, so you know.
Yeah.
For some people, it's not the final.
Well,
year of
yeah, that's
education.
true. But like normal people who want to get a job,
Normal
I don't know.
people.
I shouldn't be saying that because people want to get a master's all the time, whatever they want. I don't care what people.
Some people didn't even go to college.
If people want to go to college to learn how to deal the drugs, they can do that. It doesn't bother me, right? But it's just, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so during like winter time it's a bit tough because it's like college work and like trying to stay on top of projects and trying to get stuff done and all that. But then during the summertime, fortunately from this summertime I'll actually be working. Like I'll actually have a job that I have a degree in, so my time is very like programmed, and as long as I do a certain amount of hours a week, like it's all good. So in that sense, it'd be much easier for me to do DCGP. I think I lost motivation for DCGP in the last couple of years because nothing has really changed in the cars wise, and tires haven't changed and haven't really improved that sense. Like so, I haven't been the most impressed with the development of the cars, but like the competition is so close now that it's like it's almost a bit like a bit of luck, like who kind of wins and stuff. And who has the most practice time, which is in a way is the right way to do it. Like if people put in like 10 hours a week on practice, they should be rewarded for putting in that time than people who just don't practice at all. But that kind of sucks for people who have jobs and stuff who can't put in that time, and have to make compromises to obviously do it, and yeah, just one of those.
Don't Marcus go to the kitchen, turned around and sat down.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Can I have my drink, please?
Is your OJ come true? I think this is going back
OJ.
to the wheel, but I have doing my first round of Bushido in 2 weeks. My main goal is to get top 3 in qualifying. I have mine on around 80 in game on T300.
T300, yeah. So my settings, if you look at the top of my screen when I do, mine with this car is 7980. So I think that's about right, to be honest. If it's with Bushido cars, because they're the same as VDC. So that seems about right. Hello, doggo. Can you see the doggo, people? We have a Dalmatian. His name is Marco. Marco Polo. Oh, yes, Marco. Be my friend. Oh, Marco.
About the feel good in AC, what about car setup?
Car setup. Depends on cars, obviously. Like, I'm going to take a slug out of it as car setup. I don't like showing the setup of this car because it's secret, right? I'm going to be secret here. I'm going to be an asshole and not share that setup. I can share other setups though. But my mentality is just to make the car as easy as possible to drive.
You're just crazy.
Excuse me, what's that?
Crazy.
What sense? Not sharing stuff?
Secret.
Secret.
Crazy.
Secret.
Crazy.
Secret, and then you can just look at my car stats and you can see that it's like 50 round up. Excuse me. But Yeah, car. So I'm just trying to make it easy to drive. Like reduce the tow on the rear to like 0, and like in life status, the front keep kind of 0 too.
Ooh, mom's calling.
Mom's calling. Yeah, 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 yeah. Anyway, we're live streaming here, so. um, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so that was.
Ian asked, did you find your first year in college stressful?
Uh,
Did you?
no, because well, it depends because this is my sixth. I've done 6 years in college. Like I did a further of education. I assume that's ENC. I assume you're in Ireland, but in Ireland, like we have further of education. So like when you finish high school, essentially, like when you finish secondary school, you can go into like a further of education and get like what's called like a level 5 or a level 6.
Yeah, if you're not
And
good enough
I
to go
got a
from
level 6.
leaving
I did
cert
two
right
years.
into college.
Yeah, it's because like you don't do good in leaving cert, so you're like, oh, I'll just do these and I'll just get something. And then I decided to go and try and get like a level 8 in from that level 6 by doing another 4 years in Cork. And it's like, so by that time I was already like fine. I was like, I've kind of done some of this stuff already before, so it's not that hard. Oh, too much anger. Can I get the power down?
Brandon said, I'll give you a question finally. Do you run an LSD in your car rather than welding your diff? And if so, what LSD would you recommend the most?
I don't run an LSD. The like I've talked like the welded diff is kind of good because it's just consistent, always the same, never changes. Doesn't matter the weather or the conditions. It's always like you know it's gonna lock. With LSDs depends on the quality of the LSD and stuff and what type of LSD. If it's like a 1.5 way or 2 way, or is it super tough or is it super whatever. Uh, so to be honest, I don't really have any recommendations for LSDs because I don't really run them. Maybe a spool or something would be kind of good. No, I'm fine, thanks.
Lee Quinlan says, hey Alan, how are things, man?
Oh, I'm gonna crash.
He's not listening.
Lee says hello, does he?
Yes.
Hey Lee, how you doing, man?
That's what he said.
That's what I said, and I said the same thing back. So how's your drift training going, Alannah?
Chocolate.
Eating chocolate. You're not supposed to eat and talk at the same time. Is that your problem?
Mm-hmm. Not very ladylike.
I find university is a waste of time. It really depends on what you're doing, but like for me, it's not really a waste of time because I wouldn't be able to drift if I didn't go. Like I've already like a contract signed and stuff for a job, so it's like at least I know from like let's say a certain time on that I'm gonna have an X amount of money per month, and it's like it's having that financial stability when you're competing and stuff and being able to do what you want to do is like it's just makes it life so much comfortable.
Yeah, and the place
Oh
you're going is very flexible with like
yeah,
taking
like
days off and all that. So
to give people
it's really
perspective,
nice.
I'm actually studying software development, so it's like you're when you're studying software like that, they're not like saying, oh, you need to have this done by tomorrow. It's like get this done when you get the chance, and you know if it's not as good, maybe spend an extra week on it. So it's like they're kind of leaving it up to you, and obviously you still have to work to a deadline and you have to release it eventually, but you plan out like, oh, how much time and effort do I put into it, and then from that day that's when you develop a product.
Yeah.
Oh, Jules Chambers, look at this, huh? Oh, Jules, boy. Oh, speaking about Irish, oh, glass man. Realize Jules.
Oh, Brandon just said, all right, awesome. Hope you have a good night.
Thanks, Brandon. See you later, man. Hopefully, might see you at an event in the UK this year. I nearly said next year, but I realized this year is now 2020.
Yeah. Sure, you said that like, what was it, a week? And you were like, next year. And I was like, no, it's this. Oh, you said this year, and then you're like, no, next year. And I was like, no, it is this year. Get what we were talking about.
Unless it was the Drift Masters thing, which would be next year or the year after. I don't really feel like doing it this year. Not that that's such a bad thing to say. Not that I don't feel like doing it. I would love to do it, but I just haven't really set up anything to be able to do it this year, and not even
Yeah.
the car's not even here. Like, so I can't even prepare it.
Yeah. Oh yes, you're asking how.
Your drifting has been going. You've been drifting
Well,
on the same, haven't you?
yeah, but I haven't done a lot recently,
Uh huh.
and I feel like I do more drifting when I'm here than I do when I'm in my apartment,
Yeah,
and
but
I spend more
to be
time in my
fair, you
apartment than
only
I
got
do
your
here.
setup. To be fair, you only got your setup recently, so it's like
True.
you haven't really put much time to because you've been away over Christmas and stuff.
Yeah. But
Back
hopefully
home.
I'll be able to try some cool stuff over
Well,
in Dubai.
yeah, we'll see,
Three
because like
screen
they've
setup.
obviously got their sim set up and stuff. Oh crap! Oh my god.
So
Um,
that should be very interesting and fun to try.
but simulator drifting,
Over in Dubai with 3 screens.
3 screens, yes.
Yes.
Download some proper cool cars on it and stuff. Because I downloaded the World Drift Tour and the Tandem Buddies, as much as I don't really like them, but onto your computer. Like
Mhm.
last time we were there, you haven't driven that obviously.
Nope.
Because you've just been using the Pro Drift training stuff. So like Pro
Yeah.
Drift have their own like training program with sims and stuff, and so like I made tracks and stuff and messed with a 370Z to make it like a bit easier to drift and stuff. Try and teach people like steering control and being able to teach people how to do donuts and stuff on the sim before they get into the real car. So it's more of like a product for kids and stuff. And so with AC being kind of like somewhat realistic that it is, it teaches people really steering control and throttling control. Kind of putting Alannah through that and seeing how she gets on. And I mean, like, to be fair, what you're kind of doing right now is really repetitive because like don't really have much more to put you through, and like you're still putting hours into it. I'm like, how is this lady still got the patience to put into it? But at least you're able to drift either direction properly.
Mhm. Finally.
Yeah, I mean, okay, you're not using a handbrake or anything. Like the fact that you're able to like keep a drift going and finish off a drift and stuff, like it's that's like 90% of the way when it comes to.
Yeah.
It's all about feel at the end of the day. Once you can feel it all out, it's like the rest of it kind of comes into play a bit easy. Oh, watch out, cow.
And you said handbrake is the next thing I have to learn, right?
Yeah, I suppose you might as well put you through that. I think you did a bit of work with it already at the very, very start.
Yes. I think I remember that. It was very, very little though.
Oh, sorry, I was in that C7 Corvette and it wasn't the greatest, but that was a lovely transition behind. Oh, look at that for transition. Oh, watching that back in the live stream.
DMEC sometime soon. I say not for
Yeah,
another
in the
couple
next
of
year or two.
years.
Yeah, next year
Yeah.
or two. That's my plan. But look, at the end of the day, in the year's two time, there might be a world championship or something, and we might end up doing that instead.
Hope Eddie Power stays
I'm
commentating.
sure.
Yes.
Actually, I'm sure he will.
I say so.
I'm in second year 6. From then, going to get a regular job until I start learning to become a driving instructor. Missed a few comments, did you?
Yeah.
Hard to keep up with all of them. Too. Oh my God, there's the two Russians. Well, Ukrainian and a Belarus, I suppose. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Tikan and Alex.
Thoughts on newest DCGP car pack update if you tried them. Did you try them?
Well, yeah, we were driving them earlier. They're okay. Like, haven't been the most like. They haven't really changed much on them, so it's like, well, I don't feel like they've changed much on them, to be honest. They're still a bit better, I suppose, but they're just, I mean, after 3, 4 seasons, the same cars over and over again, it gets a bit repetitive, and I'm just kind of sick of it. The tires haven't really changed. I'm sick of the motor grip. I'm not as pumped for them as I was maybe 2 or 3 years or a year ago.
What's your favorite car pack that's public in Assetto?
World Drift Tour Street.
Um, sorry for another setup question. What do you think do you need to do for the VDC cars to make them feel good?
Reduce the amount of toe in on the rear and increase and reduce the toe out on the front. That makes a huge difference, actually. You kind of have to figure out what's going on. Like, if the cars are transitioning too fast, then it's like you just need to slow them down and I don't know, it's very hard to determine because like if a car is transitioning too slow, it kind of feels the same if it's transitioning too fast. Like it's very hard to put into perspective what's actually going on. And I think that's the biggest problem is that the fact that they just don't know what the car is doing when it comes to transitioning. If you watch my car here, it's like it's super drivable. Like it's just you know it's very stable. In fairness.
Chris Brady says Alan Hines needs a little hit me Brady one more time.
So Christmas of about 2 years ago. Well, I suppose it's 3 years ago now because I count in 2020. Holy shit! This is like my third year in pro competition. 4 years ago, I suppose. Uh, I was doing the pro am class. I finished top four in the pro am that day, so I got to beat in the pros. And Christmas I've met in I think it was the top 16. Chris was it? And Chris tapped me in the door and put a bit of dent in my car. Sad face. No. And then went on to finish second that day behind Jack. And I think Eddie Power made a comment saying like, hit me Brady one more time" or something like that. It was like, it was brilliant. Eddie and his puns.
Yeah.
Dave and Eddie had came up with some pretty odd puns during the year. During that year.
Mito Rabbi said, "When will you come to Dubai? We need to do another vlog, and this time kart drifting.
When am I coming to Dubai? So I'm going to,
Very, very soon.
yeah, I'm going to Oman.
We're gonna be there this time next week. No,
I'm going
about
to
10 days.
well, going to Oman. We're going to Oman Tuesday, and then
Yeah.
after that, on the 18th, we've got VDC, which we'll be doing in Water City or Dubai Autodrome.
Yeah, so in about a week.
So yeah, this actually we'll
This time next week
Saturday
we'll be
Saturday
in.
next Saturday be back in Dubai. There for a week, then again back to Oman for round two of the Oman International Drifting Championships, and then
Kart drifting sounds fun. I come to this.
kart. Karts drifting. Well, last time I was in Dubai with Mido, we did karting across the road from Project's office.
Oh.
They have a kart track there. We did racing there. That was fun. I tried to set the fastest time, but you got some Middle Eastern Middle East kids or locals, I suppose. They
Yeah.
were super fast. They were really hard to keep up with. And there's me with my fancy helmet, the one with the, like silver things on the back.
Yeah.
Simpson race helmet. They're like, oh, who's this guy? Fancy race helmet. Anyway, busting with their motorcycle helmet.
Lee Quinlan asks, "Have you got any goals you want to achieve in 2020?" always
Get
have
married?
goals.
No, not getting married.
No.
That kind of lot of shite. Um, uh,
Come on. What
I
are
wa-
your goals?
I
You
want
always
to-
have goals.
obviously win more events. I think that's the main thing this year. Like a winning championship, I think would be nice this year. Like we've done, 2018 finished third pro class, 2019 finished second in extreme class. Which I mean, if I'm honest, the drift games, like winning the drift games championship means actually nothing because like if you type in Irish Drift Championship, Irish Drift Champion 2019, no one's gonna pop up, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. So winning that kind of made no difference. But for I suppose like a deep down aspect, finishing second within Ireland is pretty good. So that means only one thing, I suppose: go off and win the bloody thing. Championship. That's the plan this year, I suppose. Go out and try and win it. We'll see how we go. Take it event by event, because battle by battle, because that's the best way to do it. And see how we get on.
Adam Fletcher said, "I got a G920 for Christmas there, and I can't get the hang of it on Forza 7.
On Forza 7. So I haven't really played much of Forza 7, to be honest. Well, actually, I have. I've
Is the
played it.
G920 the one I got?
Yes, that's the same one you have.
I have that.
Have it. Give her a middle there.
High five.
Forza, it's kind of weird. I haven't really figured it out, but it's been over a year since I played it with my steering wheel. So again, I can't be much help there for you, unfortunately. Best option is to go on the forums and see what they've done, see what they recommend. See your Xbox.
Chris says, "What is the best car to learn drift besides E36, of course?"
If you can get an ICE 200, they seem to be on the way up, but it depends on your country too. Like if you're in Sweden, a Volvo probably, like they're probably super cheap. If you're in Ireland and the UK, maybe E46. Ex-BDC driver Simon Perry recommended compact BMWs. They seem to be quite cheap at the moment. Right here I'm getting smoke. Okay, I'm lost. I can't see anything. um, don't know what else there is. Anything real drive, to be honest. Like when you're starting off like that, you just want something you can just get seat time in. That's something that's kind of reliable, real drive, and it's like not gonna break on you. When it comes to like competition, then yeah, you want to think a bit more ahead. What you want to buy. If you're put it this way, if you're thinking of competition mind from the very start, then maybe a BMW is the best option, like an E46, because like you can build them into monsters. If you're starting off and you want to get in a competition, you pick up a Volvo, might not be the best. Put it that way.
Chris Brady said, "Good times, buddy. You're right. Top 16, and now look at your results. Keep the good work."
Thanks, Chris. Well,
So
hey,
that.
will we see you
Yeah.
on the grid this year? What's up?
Mido said, "Cool beans. We'll see you then."
Awesome.
Awesome. I look forward to meeting you.
We have 30 people watching. That's crazy. It's been up and down from like 20 to like 40. That's cool. And
yeah. Is your
you,
smoke settings on max?
no, I've actually turned off my smoke settings, but I'm using the content manager smoke setting. So this is the shaders patch you can download within the app.
How do you get smoke mods?
Um, you can Google them and you find them on Race Department, but like so I donated for Content Manager and it locks me the option to download their shaders patch, well, like within their application, and it's a little bit better because you can adjust like other settings, get some extra stuff like this head movement thing. It's all built in. Whoa!
Lee asked, "What do you think of the DMEC tracks for 2020?"
DMEC, Austria. I think that's the first round was in Switzerland. I think it's Austria. I'm a bit like 50-50 on. Like, it's a fun track to drift, but I don't know how I feel for a European event. Second round is. What's the second round?
I have no idea.
Uh, let's do some Google.
We're going to Googly Googly.
See what drift masters. Can you? Oh yeah, that was yeah. I was looking at the person who messaged me there. Fine. Wait, what's the second round? Know what the second round is? Poland. Oh, Płask. You say Plock. What an Irish
I
person.
was told I can pronounce it Pilak.
Pilak.
Pilak?
Say that. Polish person was it?
I think it was Bartek.
Oh, Bartek. Okay. Oh, okay. We could say you could say Pilak if you want. Płask. Um, that's a cool track. Really cool. Again, for tandem, it's a bit odd because it's like a weird angle track, so you can't really run door to door at any point. But like the transitions are crazy and how close they are and stuff. Then we got Teesside in the UK. I'm gonna try and do that one. I think we should try and get over to that one. See if we can get a wildcard entry into it. But it depends if we're doing BDC or not that weekend. They allow us. Bikoniki in Latvia. That's a cool track. Like, uh, yeah, I think the track is overhyped. Like, I think the track is okay. I think it's just the whole party aspect that people love the most about it. It's all about drifting. Then you've got Germany. That's a cool place. That reminds me of like old school, like Irish drifting and car parks and stuff. I quite like that. And then we've got this place called Mandela Park, Ireland. I don't know about that at all. I don't really like it. We go to Mandela, yeah. We have to finish Chate in the top in the championship at least, to get an entry in there.
Top 8 probably again, will it be?
I don't know. Oh no, it'll be top four. Usually it's top four in the
Last
championship.
time wasn't it top 8 though?
That was because they didn't have enough numbers from Europe to make up the rest of. Yeah. That's the
Chris Berry said
plan.
that's the plan. Old dog needs to see if he
Ooh,
can still keep up.
well, if the old dog was as fast as he was, then he'll have no problem keeping up, even on road tires. Well, to be fair, in the last year, the whole influx of these redeveloped semi-slick tires and stuff has completely changed the pace of the game. Pace of the game. Ooh, that's cool. Thought of it that way.
Lee Quinlan said, "Who would you like to see compete in the Drift Masters 2020 season? Any driver in particular you'd like to see compete?"
I don't really know. Like, it'd be cool to see Asbo. I think Asbo would be cool to see competing.
Kamal Abu El Naga said, "Estonia's track is one of my favorite tracks." Are you laughing at me because I butchered that name's
Yeah,
pronunciation?
Estonia, is it?
Estonia's track, yeah.
There's a couple of different tracks from Estonia. I think there's Lights Up Drift Park or Rallycross Park and some other too. You all have jumps in them. You all have jumps like in this track, big jumps.
Oh yeah. Is
Um,
that the one we kept watching in slow mo the last day?
no, this is this track that we're driving on. This is in Norway or someplace or Sweden.
But like, remember? You're like, I need to sort this out.
Oh no, but that's this track. It's not. It's not the same track. The Estonian track. Oh crap! I lagged. Whoop! I just lagged.
I was like, how do you fuck up that bad? You never fuck up that bad.
FPS drop. And that's my excuse. I did drop small.
At the end of the VDC season, are the cars going to be public?
Not all of them. Not all of them. This car might be this Z because it's like, kind of happy enough with the model that it's like I think it should be public. But this one probably will be public. I'd say this Z. I would like to get the 3D model redone on it though because it's not as cool. See, I might make an update for it later on.
Zam says the server looks like a lot of fun. Is it fun?
Which server is this?
Having fun?
Just full throttle everywhere. That's all it is. That was never gonna work anyway. Memento. Okay, Alan is now leaving, lads. Let's talk about her. She's not very nice at all.
Because they hate me.
Clearly. Yeah. What do I think of Casey? Kieran Casey. Oh, I seen that. Yeah, he tapped the wall and he went head on. That was. That's like kind of one of the worst crashes you can have. It's like it's probably like the most straining on your neck and stuff from a physical standpoint. And for a car standpoint, it's like right in the corner of where it's a write off. Like you're hitting your chassis leg, and that's when you write off a car. So very lucky. I kind of wondered after that because after that event, his car started to like handle weirdly. I wondered was there more damage than what we had seen. I did talk to him about it, and he didn't think there was, but yeah, no, it was not a nice crash. Probably one of the worst ones of the year. I like to think my one's worse though, obviously. Sorry, yeah.
Alex is watching. Hey, Alex.
Well, Alex.
Oh, did you talk about Dunleary?
We did, yeah. And Kieran Casey. The server looks like a lot of fun. Yeah, Lizam, of course, Lizam. It's always a lot of fun.
Said that. We're like, what server is
yeah,
that?
I was like, who? I thought you said like who's Bizarre or something like that. I was like, yeah, it's Bizarre. Of course, the server's a lot of fun. Marcus, this local place of Sweden. Pass everyone up. Oh.
Ooh, I was right in front of it. He chased into the barrier in front of me. It was scary. Oh, he crashed. Oh, he crashed into the barrier.
Ah, yes. Yeah. Yeah, that track was so unforgiving. Dunleary, you didn't see it.
Nope. That was before I knew it about any of this stuff.
Yeah, it's probably going to ruin your life.
Nah. Kidding.
What, the whole drifty thing?
Yeah.
Doesn't make life that more exciting. I'm so bored of drifting now. I can't even watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Doing this now is so boring. Sliding cars around corners, huh? Doing stuff that people have been doing for so many years.
Oh, so
And there's been another
boring.
duck in the water, huh?
What do you think about sim drifting as esport? Can it be
I
like CS:GO or LOL in the future?
League of Legends. That's what he's
Yes.
on about. Oh, you know what League of Legends is.
Of course I know what LOL is.
You know what CS:GO is.
Kinda, yeah.
What is it? What does it pronounce? Counter Strike,
Oh, I
right?
have no idea, but like,
Yeah, Counter Strike Global Offense.
I watch What's
Uh,
the name? You watch them on YouTube too. Can't think of the name. YouTube channel, they do CS:GO and they're always like, hi.
oh, Misfits.
Yes.
Misfits, yeah. That's not the main guy's name. Oh, not the main guy. That's not all of them. There's Toby on the telly, and then there's the other guy. What's his name? Fitz, and then there's Swagger
It's,
Souls. Yeah,
it's
they're a
and
good bunch
Swagger,
of.
yeah.
Oh, that was a nasty transition and made me drop so many frames. Oh, Marcus.
But
Um,
anyway,
what
what do you
was it?
think about sim drifting?
So I think it's gonna be bigger than the real stuff. I'm just putting that out there. That's why I'm doing it. Well, not really, but um, it's got like in the real world. The problem is that everyone is like stuck. Oh, drifting must be this, 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 this. To be honest, I'm in the same position with it. But the great thing about simulator stuff is that you can kind of take it a different level. Like you can be happen, you can do a full top 16 in an hour and a half, easy, or even an hour. You can't do that in real life 90% of the time. You can have all your drivers in one place, and everyone can sit there and watch. I think the hardest thing is figuring out which format to go. Like, should you go with the whole like top 16, top 32, or should you try something different? And I've obviously got my own mindsets on what it should be. I'm not sharing them because I'm keeping them to myself so that I can like maybe try to do something. But it's like I
I
think
haven't
there
heard about
is
this. She never told me any of this.
it's secret.
Oh. Oh, even for me.
Yeah.
No basis, is it? See how it is. See
You
how
know
it is.
you know you've like ruined your like your privacy when your girlfriend has the passcode to your phone. So like any
I
bit
can
of
access your phone whenever I want.
uh yeah, if you can like
I mean, you set up the passcode first day to keep me out of your phone, and then you gave me the passcode.
but yeah, so it's I think it can be bigger than real stuff. It just makes more sense. Problem is just making it like easier to watch and easier for people to understand. Because like with the whole racing, it's like, oh, what is sim racing in general? It's like, oh, the idea is to complete as many laps and the first person across the line wins. With drifting, it's like, well, okay, so you got these 7 points on the track that you must fill, and then you have to do all this while maintaining a decent angle with good style. What is style? I don't know what style is. Every person's opinion and style is completely different. So it's like, just really have to narrow it down and make it simple for people to understand. But then you say that, and then League of Legends then is the most complicated thing to understand. I just don't understand why they're doing anything and purpose of everything that they're doing. So it's like I don't know. It's maybe we just need to try it and just see what happens.
Nikita's Dakar says, "Yo, Alan."
Hey Nikitas, how you doing, man? Oh
Um,
wait. I think Nikitas, you know the Aston Martin that you see in the drifting.
yes.
I think maybe Nikitas, you can correct me this. So I think Nikitas did some work on it.
Ooh,
Yeah, he did all the fab stuff. I might be wrong though.
very pretty hair.
You like that, didn't you? Aston Martins.
When I was
That's
here
because it's an
in
Aston
Darren,
Martin and it's super rich and you're a gold digger,
I remember the
clearly.
first time I saw it when I was in Darren's garage, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!"
Crushed carbon fiber. Oh my god, it's so fancy.
It's
All I
so
need is a bit of
pretty.
gold and I'd love it. It's like it's like you see like a Lamborghini driving past and it's like, oh, it's the badge of a Lamborghini, but it's a Lamborghini from 1920. Oh my god, I love it. It's a Lamborghini. I love Lamborghini. Oh my god, it's a Ferrari. It's a fake one, but I love it. It's real. It's so much more money. And you see a Nissan, it's like, oh, I
Said,
hate
"Yeah, man. Thanks for the mention."
it.
So, ooh, I think sim drifting is gonna get popular when Drift 19 comes out, or Drift 20, maybe. Same thing.
Drift 19, Drift 20. Like, if they call it Drift 19 and they release it in 2020, and it's like, you know,
They should call it Drift 21. Because it's the next level.
yeah. Let's go up against SQDC round one winner Derek. As I mentioned about that, Derek is following us.
Possibly.
Oh yeah, I mentioned it 8 times already, and you were getting mad with me.
Is that when you're going? He's in front of me. He's behind me. He's in front
Yeah,
of
look,
me.
he's
He's
in front of
behind
us
me.
now. Look, Alannah, he's in front. Oh, look, he's now beside us.
Nikita says sim drifting is great, guys, to keep your hands and legs fresh on drift controls.
Yep. It's like the mindset. It's like mindset of what to do and when to do it. It's like it's always fresh in your mind. It's like when someone goes big angle in a transition, which if you do, I hate you, right? It drives me mad when people do that. It's like to know what to do happens, and it's like, well, if that happens, well then you just pile on more angle by either stamping on the left foot brake, because of course you should be doing that when you're chasing. Oh, excuse me again. Oh my god, I'm messing up here now again. Oh,
Sean said for drifting to become an esport, it might have to be expanded to viewers who take an interest in cars and those who don't as well. Very true. We were talking about that the last day when we stuff.
secret stuff.
Remember, and my idea? There was
Under a new name. Oh, yeah.
my idea for getting it out to people.
Oh, that idea. The idea that I
Yes.
took credit for.
Yeah. You
I'm
stealing
then
my
my dad
ideas.
obviously gave me the credit for the idea that I definitely didn't come up with, that I actually came up with. I
Didn't come
think,
up with it.
yeah, it needs to expand viewership in like people who like cars and stuff. But the thing is, you say that, and there's always a decent interest in cars. Like if you think about it, every single person in the world has an interest in cars because they all drive them and they all know that they have to look after it and they like to keep it clean or whatever. So they kind of have some interest in it. Obviously, some people prefer like football or whatever over cars, and that's understandable too. You're gonna have people that are like that. Um, um, oh yes. Oh,
Well, like, I didn't know about any of drifting before I met. I very easily started watching it and I enjoyed it. And same thing with my mom and my brother. They like enjoy watching it sometimes with me when
yeah.
I am watching you.
You see, it's kind of
Whether it be
different.
sim drifting or drifting in real life.
I think it depends on the country you're in too, right? Because if you're in Ireland, okay, you've got the Irish football and you've got Irish hurling, like hurling in general. So you got Gaelic
Yeah.
football, and then you got soccer, and then you got some other sports too. And it's like we don't really have a big enough presence in any of them, but we have a huge following in them because it's like the
Yeah.
Irish, being patriotic or whatever. And in drifting, we in Ireland we don't really kind of have it. Like we have James Dean, arguably the most successful drifter of all time, and he doesn't really get much recognition for what he does in Ireland. Whereas if you look
Hmm.
at, let's say, Frederick Asbo, who is arguably the most successful Norwegian drifter of all time, and quite possibly in the top five for the most successful drifter of all time. You could even argue top three because he won the championship, finished second in Formula E 3 times in a row, and won the championship, and done so many things across the world. And you watch what he's doing, and he's getting included with boot camps with other Norwegian athletes, and he's getting nominated for Norwegian Athlete of the Year and stuff like that. And then you've got James Dean, who is doing so well within Ireland with a much smaller population, so you would think that he'd be more known, or like have a bigger presence per population, I suppose. And he doesn't really get much recognition at all.
Yeah.
Um, but it doesn't matter. No, I think we just let ourselves. We just do our own thing. And if Irish people want to reward people who are technically athletes, because we're only sit down athletes at the end of the day, and then so be it. I don't really think we can really do much about that. And maybe someday the Irish will realise our talents. I just noticed Dark's roll cage is upside down or inside out, or like it's wrong. Dark, your roll cage, if you're watching, the bar's supposed to go the other direction because your driver head is there.
Yeah, McKenna said that there's almost no representation in the Netherlands. So it's the
Yeah,
same as here,
yeah. I
really.
think, and the thing with Netherlands as well is that they don't really have much of a drift scene there.
Mm.
Well, like, okay, you've got a few people there that are big into building cars. You've got Sebastian and Fanchin who will be competing versus us over in the Middle East, and he's probably like the Netherlands' biggest talent right now. And he's really good. He's super aggressive. He's kind of got that element of aggression and stuff that not many uh, mainland Europe kind of have. Um, oh my god, messing up all over the place. So yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. I think like just let it grow, to be honest, and
Yeah.
just keep at it.
Thanos. Does sim drifting help for real drifting?
Yeah, yeah. Uh huh. That's how I got
Like,
in. That's how I got like Pro Drift, and that's how our partnership with Pro Drift started. I kind of realized, like, I was kind of already drifting. Like, I already done a season in Ireland, but I was also doing a lot of the sim stuff, and I think they kind of realized that this could be a great transition, and so that's what they've picked up on for their training.
mm-hmm.
And
You
um,
said it helps you a lot to like practice tracks coming up to events and stuff. Is that
yeah,
right?
yeah, like practicing, knowing what kind of setup you need to start off from, like what gear ratio, what gears to use, when to initiate, like how to make a certain, like know about certain line and stuff about the track that maybe works slightly better and stuff like that.
Um,
And it helps you with steering. It helps with a lot of things. This doesn't really help with telling you how to drive, I suppose, because it helps driving if you know how to drive already.
Nikita says, like muscle memory, learn layouts. Plus, I learned left foot braking on LFS.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like I learned left foot braking too. Me and Dwayne McKeever. Dwayne used to drift with myself, and my spotter, who will be competing this year, actually Declan Byrne as well. We used to drift a lot on Forza Motorsport 3. And Dwayne and myself were in the same mindset. Left foot braking is a waste of time. It's not a good idea. It's easier to use the handbrake. And Declan and my Declan and my dad both are kind of agreed that, like, left foot braking is the way forward. And I started doing it a bit more often. Obviously, it took Dwayne a bit longer because he was on controller pad. But yeah, we kind of suppose we kind of figured out after time that left foot braking was the best strategy to use. And I learned how to left foot brake when I was like 12 or 13 before I even started competing. So when I
Yeah.
got into the race car the first time, or the drift car, I never left foot braked. But when I started to use it, because when I had to use it in competition and stuff, like, it made a huge difference for sure. Like, just knowing what to do.
Um, will you drift with James Dean Sue on AC? If yes, will you live stream it? I doubt James Dean will be on it
I'll
much.
ask him.
Is that right?
Well, like, he's only got his sim rig now, and so he's going to
Yeah.
be gone away for the next 3 weeks. So I doubt he'll be using it anytime soon. I need to be into his full drift season. So it's like, I don't know. I'll talk to him over the next week or so when I meet him over in Oman and see what he wants to do.
Oh
Because
yes, I forgot we were going to be over
he
there
might,
again.
yeah, he might want me to go over and set it up for him.
Yeah.
Just so you know, like, I'm only like a 15-minute drive from James Dean, so like generally between myself, Group D, McNamara, like Darren McNamara. You've got the Deans, or James Dean and Mike Dean, Dean Men Sport, and then you've got the Shanhans. We're all in like a 15-minute drive radius of each other.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. All like 7 or 8 drifters from one area. Like,
Yeah. Chris Brady said, "You guys click so well. See us this year, no doubt. Night, and no doubt I will be back, eBay spec and ready to go. Enjoy, a man. We'll see the live stream."
click so well. She's a
He
gold
hates me. I
digger.
hate him.
She only wants the drifting money, but there's nothing, as you know, Chris. God.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the money. All the money you don't
And the
have.
fame. Oh my God.
Oh yes,
I
the
just want to be
fame, of
famous. I
course.
just
All
want to
I
be a
want is the
Twitch streamer, Alan.
followers.
I want to be a Twitch streamer.
Thanos said
Titty
thank
streamer.
you.
What's that?
Thanos said thank you.
See that? I can't.
He asked about does real drifting.
Oh, but who asked the question? I didn't. You said it like hello.
Thanos said
Oh,
thank
Hanos.
you.
Hanos. Sorry. Doesn't really talk very loudly, especially when I have a headset on and I hear VR38 in my ear.
Okay. Odd question. Do you watch Slap Train's top 10 drifts of the week?
I wouldn't watch it every single week, but maybe once every now and then. I do turn it on and I'm like, oh, Slap Train. I actually won one of Slaptrain's top 10 in the week like 6 years ago. I sent one in. You can probably find it. Maybe if you type in Slaptrain Alan Hines or something. I don't know. Possible.
Ooh, Thanos is watching from Greece. Hello to Greece. Ireland says hi. Oliver Hood asks, what type of steering wheel do you use? That's a TS300, guessing.
T500 RS.
That's close.
TS300. You're merging like 4
Yeah.
different Trustmaster wheels. Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
T
Marco.
what?
T500 RS.
T500.
You can't buy it
RS.
anymore. Just get the T300 if you want to buy one.
I was close with TS3. Oh my god.
Yeah, you were.
So close.
Well, in reality, you probably should have gotten a T300 because I didn't think you would be that committed
Probably, but you didn't think that I would be this interested in like
into drifting and stuff and like learning how to drift on the game.
You probably thought I'd do it for like a week and get bored and throw it out, did you?
At least I know how to get what presents to get you and stuff.
Ooh.
Oh crap!
Now I'm excited.
Oh no. Sim gear is too expensive.
Mora asks, can you talk about tires for drift? Asking for good tires that last long and have decent amount of grip for 250 horsepower and don't disassemble on 3-4 laps. The recommendations I have are from Nakag NS20 and Chills ATR Sport 2. I might have read the last few words wrong.
So you've got obviously lots of different tire brands. I've never used the Achilles ATR. No, I've never used them. I did use Nankang's many years ago, and they were actually fine. I found them quite grippy. But I was on an 86 Corolla with 300 horsepower, which that car would be pretty fast anyway. When you have 250 horsepower, 300 horsepower, you just want something that's quite decent. And cheap. That lasts a while, I suppose, because you're never really going to burn through them that much. But I've never really used road tires in the last 3 or 4 years. I've been semi-slicks and stuff, and so it's hard for me to recommend a tire because I don't know what really is in and what is out anymore. So I mean, back in the day, you'd have those Kendas, I think they were called, different brands like Lancel, and you have High Fly and what other stuff as well. And I don't know. I just ran whatever I could get my hands on, and they seemed to work okay.
Marcus says, speaking of the failed cage, my real cage is the same. My Apex cage is for the RDH, so it's wrong. Lol.
Oh, it's right and drive. Oh, that's dark.
Got
some comments here in the chat up here.
Oh, sugar.
Got Twitch ones as well. We got Tandem Inc. Hi Tandem Inc. Hey guys, how you doing? Hey guys, how you doing? Hey Inc, how you doing, man? We've been doing many Forza stuff, comps, bit lately. He's a SDA.
Oh, just asked me what time did we leave Nans, and I'm just like, I have no idea.
OMG, it's Alan Hines. Hey, road rally race. What is your wheel driver settings? Default 60%, whatever the top one is. 100, 100, 0, 0 in that order. So it's 60, 100, 100, 0, 0. Can't remember the names of them. I could bring it up on screen if you. Pity the T300 is so expensive by the time you buy the pedals and shifter. G29. Oh, with a good setup. Yeah, I think the G29 is fine. It's grand. It does have some compromises, but some certain cars suit that steering wheel better than others. T300 is so expensive. Oh yeah, T300 for 250 quid on Black Friday. Yeah, but on Black Friday sales, you were also able to get the G920 or the G29 for £130 or something like that, which is ridiculously cheap too when you think about it. How's that? Probably use my phone if you want.
How many of these comes apply to? How many of these did you?
What do VDC guys think about ESDA? Just wondering. I won the ESDA championship and starting to move over to AC. So I used to do a lot of Forza back in the day. I was in Simply Funky. If you guys remember that team. Rest in peace, Josh. I haven't spoken to him in many years, but unfortunately, Josh, who was leader of the team at the time, passed away a year ago or something like that. So yeah, I was on Simply Funky. I was also on Team 9 before that, and Forza 4. uh, all fours of 4 days. So I used to wish I could do ASDA, but it was just in bad time zone for me, and I was kind of a bit too young at the time. Like my parents wouldn't let me stay up that late and stuff, so I really couldn't. What was it called? Virtual Farmer Drift, I think, at the time, or something like that. Um, but yeah, we did some team battles and stuff, and I was friendly with some old SCS members and stuff. So for me, ESDA I think is really cool. Like I've always wanted to do it. I think I'm a bit out of my league to do it now. Like I've spent a lot of time if I was to try and get in and do an event of ESDA. Because I had kind of plans to try and do a event of it. But what else is there? Oh yeah, but I think it's fine. Like I think the judging aspect of it is a bit different. Like there's much more of a community behind the ESD, I would say. Like people are much more motivated and interactive with it. Maybe because it's been around longer than Virtual Drift Championship. But Marcus has gone off the track on the steering. But yeah, I think that's about it really. I don't really. But yeah, I used to drift with a lot of JSI guys actually before I left for R Factor. I don't really know. I can't really remember their names. I just remember they're from America. That's about it.
Okay, I'm lost where we are up here.
So we're still on YouTube. So
My mom's been messaging me, so I've been like distracted.
oh yeah.
How can you be that consistent and smooth drifting? Any tips?
It's all throttle control. So you want to keep your steering as like one position as much as possible, and just use your throttle to determine like how much angle you carry and the line that you're taking and stuff. It's super difficult to do it efficiently. Um, and I think it's just being comfortable in general, like just having lots of practice and stuff. It's really hard to explain because like you might even notice it with yourself because when I've been trying to get you to do it, you'll be doing all steering. So your hands are going like
Yeah.
this, and you see people like they turn and they let go of the steering wheel, turn and let go of the steering wheel. But if they just use more throttle, they wouldn't have to turn as much, and that's like what people need to learn. That's where
Yeah,
driving
I notice
styles.
sometimes when I'm drifting, like if I'm going round in a circle or something, I don't need to touch the steering wheel at all for nearly a whole circle. But then
Yeah,
I really need to work the circle then, like within a few seconds of that, and like keep like moving it and like adjusting where I'm going and what I'm doing.
yeah, yeah. The thing is, it's like there's obviously different ways of doing it. Like you can still be competitive with like weird seesawing of the steering wheel and stuff, but it's not as easy. I find it much easier to drive when my foot does most of the work and I'm just reacting and I'm just steering where I want to go and using and with partnership with the throttle to be able to achieve that. Like when you're just relying just on the steering where you want to go, like you just won't be able to really do much at all. So, hey Kimo, how you doing, my guy?
Partner, I've just this and love the drift. For fantastic driver alongside James Dean.
Thanks, really
Hey.
appreciate that. Uh, oh, that's what was I gonna say? Yeah, James obviously when it comes to competing and stuff, like I've been watching James since 2006 or 2007 or something. So I've watched him progress. Like literally, I've watched him since 2007 because my dad is a judge, and so he was judging James at the time. So
Your
I've always
dad's
been a judge.
watching.
My dad's watching, is he? Hello from
Good.
Muscatlana. Don't use my chair or those cups.
I went
She's already.
outside earlier and I asked Alan to make me a coffee, and he took one of those cups and made me coffee in
Well,
those
she asked for
cups
the
you
cup,
hate. So
so I
I'm
gave
gonna
her the
make
cup.
him wash it out.
So so I've obviously. Okay, we're going back to that now. We'll leave my dad for a second because he doesn't deserve the attention that he needs.
But hello. I was mad at him. I shouted at him through the window. I was like, "No, your dad's gonna kill me."
What was I talking about? Yeah, so speaking of my dad, he was judging a lot back in those days and judging James, and so I had the opportunity to be in the judging stand. So I watched James a lot, and as he progressed, what he did as a driver and what he like implemented and stuff. And I felt that being that type of driver that like was efficient with your line and stuff, making use of it, and just being really consistent. What he did was really effective. How I developed as a driver, and I plan how to develop as a driver, and I implemented that into my driving, and it seems to work pretty much very successfully. So I suppose yeah, you just study what other people are doing, and you just figure out what they're doing, and you just yeah. So my dad just said that one of us is dead.
I'm hoping
Um,
it's Alan, but I'm pretty sure he means me.
it probably means you, to be honest, and you deserve to be dead.
Whoa. Who? I deserve to be dead. Thanks.
Yeah,
See how much you love me.
love. It's not a real thing, guys.
See how much you care about me. Fine. Put it that way. Word it that way. Your pedal setup you're using. You're using, boy.
Trustmaster T500 and Fanatec CS. No, T500. Why is it T300? T500Rs and Fanatec CSR Elite pedals, so a bit old school.
Just the comment before it was like, Mido said your dad is here, run.
Run down now.
Says, hi, I've got myself a Trustmaster TX wheelbase last week. Having some troubles to adjust to the stronger FFB. Any tips, settings? Question mark.
Probably best off turning it down. So yeah, just turn down your settings, I suppose, and just make it smooth, light again.
I don't know where you. I forget where we are at this chat. But,
I think they're just chatting amongst themselves now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alannah has it. Oh, thank you, and good night.
We're saying good night. Oh, it's Christoph. Good night. Bullying Russians is fun. Okay, okay, bullying. Okay, that's a strong word to say in this thing.
What do you suggest to the new noobs start drifting to sim?
Start off simple. Use the Kunis mods if you can, and yeah, just try and keep learning to a minimum, or not learning like small steps. Don't try and do backwards inches and stuff from the get go, because you won't. It's harder to learn that way when you push yourself that far.
Good day, Alan. Just dropped in. Quick little question for you. You plan to compete in Drift Masters this year? He does not.
No.
But maybe in the next year or two.
Problem with Drift Masters is it just cost too much, and the car is not in the country right now. It's actually outside of in a different continent, and we can't really prepare for it. And plus, I just don't really have the money to do it. Just need more time, and just my car steering is broken, so it's gonna be interesting. So yeah, we just need more time to figure out and see what we want to do another year.
Do you think the way to be fast in drifting is making the transitions with full commitment, or is more related to throttle control?
Throttle control, 100%.
Okay, Derek says, good runs, Alan. What do you think about this track for VDC battles? Are going to be good or bad to Saturday?
It's gonna be hard because the track layout is very there's like 9 different approaches to it, and like I've obviously expressed my opinions on this before, like in not so much in public but more so in VDC themselves or within the kind of community. And it's like when you open it up so much, you're gonna get weird battles, but saying that the driver level is really high in VDC. It's like everyone kind of knows what they have to do, so it's not as bad as I make it out to be honest. The entry is going to be the hardest, I think.
Your dad's so funny. Just said, tell Alan it's not nice to knock down marshals. AI marshals have feelings too.
I usually turn them off to get rid of them, so I don't have to worry about crashing into them. That doesn't always work.
How is RDS in your opinion? Is it on terms with Assetto in realistic feedback?
Nah, it's not. It's like you can't adjust the force feedback whatsoever, so you have this weird bump in the middle of your steering. It's like very, very weird. It's a fun game. If you have a controller or something like that, just play it. It's like drifting in GTA or something. It's just a bit different, but it's fun.
Meadow said, it's a shame that I'm not going to Oman this year, so I came to say hi, watching some of your drifting. Greetings to your beautiful lady. Thank you. Now I have to work on some stuff for Graham, PD Dubai, or I'm dead tomorrow. Have a good night, Alan, and best of luck in Oman. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Thanks, Mido. See you, man. You didn't see what I did there. He says, well, I don't know, he's a beautiful girlfriend or something like that.
You're so mean.
See, that's in Ireland. That's how we like flirt and stuff. We go like, "Oh, you've got long hair. I don't like long hair. It's terrible."
Do not
That's a
listen
really
to
bad
him.
example, isn't it?
Please, guys, please. Do not take tips from Alan, because...
You play like the woman game of playing hard to get. That's what I play. Great technique.
I had to chase you instead of the other way around, dude.
Oh shit.
What is your favorite S14 body kit?
Origin Labo?
I'm missing.
Interesting there.
How do you play F4 Legends?
I did ages ago. I just played it for a bit of fun. I might actually.
you play
Oh, I
it?
might download the latest version of it because we're going to be on a plane like Tuesday, and then we'll be playing it on the airplane. It's a fun little game. Have I ever showed you it?
No.
I actually play online in it now. Shit.
Hey, wish I'd been on your pro server. Ree. Noob.
I actually like Oliver's Mark IV Supra. It's cool. What is your favorite S15? Of course, it's my. Guto. I like. I know it's Augusto. Like. Your S15. I like Victor's one more.
Oh,
Sorry.
you have to pay for online though.
It's only $3.
Huh?
It's only $3 or something like that. Unless you can still do the land thing, which you still
Yeah,
might be
it
able to
costs
do.
like £3. £3.
Oh, that's even more. That's €5.
Please Ree again. We need to hear that.
Oh, Guto's going to kill me if you're going to vomit. What, with a Rocket Bunny kit? Excuse me, didn't you have a Rocket Bunny kit on your S15 too, huh? Well, he's changed it every single event. Every single event he's changed this 15
Jesus.
body kit. Exactly, Jesus.
Jesus.
Where is he? Jesus.
You stole my thing.
I think that's a common thing.
Thing.
Common
No,
thing.
it's my thing. Say jazz. Where? Where is it?
Matt Field hit me, which made me lose proximity on that female drifter that's in front of him.
I think the LAN option is gone.
Oh, it's gone. Better quality here. That's right. Twitch is better quality. It's 1080p, 60 frames per second. Or it's 30 frames. I've changed it to 30 frames because of uttering a swap before. Facebook was giving out about it.
I have a new one to round 6. Augusto said.
Yeah. Is that the Works 9 kit? Works 9 kit? No, not Works 9. Sorry, Car Modify Wonder. Oh shit. Oh. Like 7 different courses there, typical Irish style.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! Like you always do that when you mess up real bad. You're like, oh shit! Fuck! Oh shit! Oh fuck! You just repeat that over and over. Around 19%.
19%.
19%.
Oh, my cable was still in my laptop, but not my laptop, my computer, but it's now plugged in my camera, so I can't do it.
Augusto
I'm in
said
here
I
with a load of
have a
Rushed speakers.
wonder, but I don't know.
Wonder, but I don't know. Oh, the Wonder Kit. Okay. Wonder Kit is like a Japanese kit. It's like kind of not that popular. Like it's really Japanese, kind of exclusive, almost, kind of, really, kind of, maybe.
Let's see. Derek asked, "Do you like chasing a fast driver or a guy who puts a lot of angle more?"
Chasing a fast driver is actually easier for me. People who carry lots of angle, they do some kind of weird stuff sometimes. Because carrying big angle is really hard. So it's like, I need to take a break for a second here. I'm sweating. Carrying like, oh, shit. Maybe we might join a different server for small before. Carrying a really big angle requires like a different skill set. So it's like, why isn't this closing? So it's kind of tough to like master it while still being consistent. And generally, people who carry huge angle make a lot of mistakes, so it's harder to chase. But that's like, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, because like in drifting, we always want like good battles. You can't get good battles if people are hitting each other and spinning and crashing and stuff. And then you want close battles, and so that's how you get close battles. Then people want to see people with big angle too. It's like it's hard, really, really difficult to find a balance. I think.
I have a question. Someone asked me.
Oh no!
Yeah.
This is excuse. Let's. It's only questions for Alan now, okay? Not Alannah. Alan only.
Do you drift? Also not necessarily in competition, but more fun. Alan is actually teaching me to sim drift at the moment.
We're just drifting in general with the simulator. So she's
Mhm.
been. You have a setup and stuff. Like what you
I
have?
have a setup at home. I have Logitech G920.
Yes. You don't even have a
Yeah.
handbrake or anything, but
I
you've
don't
just
have a
been.
handbrake, but I do have the shifter, 3 pedals, and the wheel. So
Yeah. So like you just been kind of practicing more like big donuts really, and continuously drifting in like second gear and stuff, that type of stuff. You haven't really gone into transitions or anything like that, but we'll probably
not
try and
yet.
get into
That
that.
is the next step.
I think so, because I think it's easy to say you're able to do kind of everything right now. Uh,
But yeah, usually when I'm here, I practice for like an hour or two, and then if I get time outside of college work and just like relaxing in my apartment, I'll like drag it out for an hour and then like put it away again
yeah,
because
it's kind of a pain in the ass to set
I
up. I
don't
think a lot
have
of people the same. Like
a
once
lot
they
of
set it up,
room.
yeah, once they set it up, it's like they just want to do it and that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
when they're finished, that's it. They kind of have to put it. I was trying to use.
Pink Drifter said, I do enjoy the Works 9 older version.
Yeah, that was like a real throwback hit, wasn't it? Sorry, can I just change one thing? I didn't realize those.
Oh.
Sorry, peeps. I was just trying to find a new server to join, but I don't.
Of
It's
Wonder
chat.
Kits, my favorite is 180SX Player V2.
There. Do you know, like that?
Think that what it's called.
Or, I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll show you. Show you what that looks like. I still have a few messages to respond to.
You always have messages you have to respond to.
Car modify under something like that. Yeah. Oh, that's it there. That's the one he's on about.
Can you talk a little bit about Dwayne McKeever drift style and how can he drift with that much grip? And how did you feel his car when you borrowed it? How do you feel in his car?
So Wayne's car, obviously it's got a lot of grip. Um, when I drove it, I don't think it was at its best, to be honest. I think it was like made like a change to it or something, and I think he's gone back on it since then. I'm not really sure. I haven't talked to Dwayne since, but I know like he does like a lot of people. What they do is they run like an S13, or when they have an S13, they run like S14 stuff on it because in theory it gives you more traction. But I think he still runs standard S13 subframes and stuff on it. And I think that's what he still does. And like he's faster than any other S13 and faster than pretty much every single S14 or S15. So it's like um, I like the grip in it. Like the power band in his car is like spins wheels in every single gear. Like so, not like he has lots of grip. I think he's just got the best power to grip ratio, and I think that's why he's like the fastest, really.
Thanos asked, can you do a guided tour on your sim drift setup or is it private?
Oh, it's not private. There's a video on my YouTube channel. Search in Alan Hines. I have a video of me updating my rig with the setup that it is right now, and you can check it on that. Since then, the only addition is that I've added a bigger steering wheel. You can see here
Mhm.
with adapter. That's the only addition. Anyway, if I put a door as a reminder that not to damage it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a bit of a mark there along the academy, or just across the project.
Alan, what's the thoughts on the way drifting has gone and going with the idea of smashing the rear end to pieces and consistently hitting each other?
The smashing of rear end to pieces bit, I just don't get. I don't understand the reasoning for it. Like you see a lot of people now putting in what they do is they get like a suspension coilover. So like instead of like being connected to the actual car and absorbing the
Mm-hmm.
bumps, they actually create like a bar for the back of it so that once you go into the wall, it absorbs the impact. Which I think, like, I understand why people are doing it, but like you have to realize that as a driver, if you're doing that, it means you can just plow your car into the wall and not affect your drift, which may sound like a good thing, but it's like reality. You'll probably end up getting docked more points for doing that because the judges don't really like it. From what I understand, they don't like that type of system. Um, as for hitting into each other, like if it's tire rubbing and stuff, it's fine. Like that doors and stuff like that, that is annoying to be fair when you have a damaged door and now you're trying to clean up all your car and stuff. Like I ran a whole year with a tire mark on one of the sponsored stickers and I never realized until I look back at photos and it's just annoying that you have those tire marks and stuff. Cost money, I suppose, is the problem. But I mean, look, it's look it's drifting like it's competition. If it's like grassroots stuff, people don't have any money, just out there for a bit of fun, and people are doing it on purpose, and yeah, that sucks. But I don't. When I'm tandeming with people in competition, my purpose is to hit the people in the door. That's what I always try to do. As much as I don't like people doing it to me, it's like I get over very quickly. I don't apologize. They don't apologize. It's like it's all good. That's just how the Irish scene works. I see in America. In America, I see a lot of people like they tap each other and they roll over. Oh, I'm so sorry, my guy. I'll pay for it. I was like, we don't even do that stuff in Ireland.
Yeah.
You're in the sport to like hit each other, and if it happens, it happens. Just get over it. That's just our mentality.
What make adapter do you use and will it work on the.
So I use the DSD, their Experience Designs adapter. It's 3D printed. Um, I actually have two of them. I have another one. I think it's upstairs, and that was called a Dim Sim. And I actually find this 3D printed one better because, um, first of all, it's done since pretty much summertime. It hasn't broken, show any signs. Then again, I haven't really inspected it since. And the other thing is, um, the good thing with this is it's got some extra like alignment things within the collar, so it doesn't move any more than what it should do. Whereas the other one I have, the second I move the steering wheel, I don't know if you guys can see, the second I push against the top of the steering wheel, the whole thing moves like that. It's silly.
Back to the guided tour of your sim drift setup. He meant your VDC car, like setup of your car,
BDC setup,
or is that
uh,
private?
a private. I mean, like it doesn't have to be private. But it's like I'm always like trying new things and learning new things. And like when you're trying to learn new stuff, and in reality in VDC it's way harder than the real world. Like because in real world all you have to do is have if you have $200,000, you go off and buy like the top of the line drift car, put like a crazy engine and stuff into it, and you have a way better car than anyone else in Ireland. And it's like that's how you win. You have the best car in Ireland. You're able to drive, and you have the best car in Ireland. It's all good. When in VDC, everyone has the best car. Everyone has the same gearbox. Everyone has the same tires. Everyone has the same engine. Everyone has the same car, kinda. And so the reason for going with the 370Z was to try something a bit different and try and get a bit of an edge over other people instead of solely relying on driver ability to be able to beat people. And um, and I just wanted to try something different. I kind of like the 370Z. I like it, I suppose. But as for my setup, like that setup wouldn't be able you be able to apply it to any other drift car in VDC. I know you just wouldn't be able to. But the mindset of how I go about it, I could go over and like explain to people like why I do certain things and stuff. Then again, just like everyone, like it's a trial and error. So I try one thing, it's like that doesn't feel as good, and I don't know why, but I change it back and then it feels better. So maybe it's just driver dependent. Maybe it's not really why you do certain things, but I've learned a lot doing it and made it a bit easier for me.
I'm guessing this is going back to when you were saying over in America, if they touch wheels, they're like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry," and you're saying we don't do anything here. But you should high five.
Because close tandems are the best. Yeah, I know, Marcus. It's you know what it is, right? Like I love running door to door stuff. Um, and that's where my next element of my sim has to change to. It's like I have to get the VR headset. I have to go back into cockpit view and stuff, and learn transitioning behind people and stuff like that properly. Because that's the con when you use like roof cam and stuff like what I do is you don't really learn the timing correctly. You can't transfer it properly because you have to adapt. Like you have to change perspective. And so that's the problem with using roof cam. But because I've only got a single screen, like what you guys can see there, I use like real head motion or like neck effects and content manager. Like I can't really be as consistent as like other people because always moving the screen, so I can't like use anything for reference. So I probably make it harder for myself using the single screen with the real head motion. If I had a VR headset, it'd probably be like a lot easier for me, and I'd probably be able to apply that to the real world much better too. So that's my next evolution of this setup to go proper triple screen and have a VR headset too. So maybe this year I might set aside a budget to try and do that and try and take it to the next level, driving even better, make it even.
Or
What
better.
are, I'll set up a VDC camera.
Everyone seems to have like stopped commenting.
Yeah, you know what else to do? To craft this because how many hours have we been going?
Uh, Nearly 3.
Nearly 3 hours.
Yeah,
Wow. How about one of those extra wide monitors?
and we
Yeah,
have to do a lot of stuff tomorrow. Probably go to bed ish because get up early and go to Mallow and sort stuff for holidays.
yeah.
To buy
And
stuff
I'll
and
probably
do
have to go for a
stuff.
shower again because I've showered earlier and now I'm sweating like. How about one of those extra
Put
wide
on some
monitors?
links. I need a shower.
Right, guys, we're going to leave it there tonight. Thanks so much for hanging out. This is probably like my most successful live stream, so we'll probably do this more often. What do you think, Alana? What was your first time live streaming experience?
Loved it.
You want to live stream some Call of Duty or something, don't you?
Yeah,
So Alana's a nerd as well, kinda, but not really. Kind of a low key nerd.
low key nerd.
Play some Call of Duty Modern Warfare or something. I don't own Call of Duty yet, but maybe sometime I might live stream some Call
Because
of
you're
Duty
not a
when I
proper
do
nerd.
get it. Hey, I used to play a lot of Call of Duty back in the day.
But you
Don't
don't
start with
now.
me. No, I don't really. If I was to play a first
I'll
person
at you,
shooter, I'd
bro.
play.
I'll at you.
You'll at me. Don't at me. Don't at me, bitch. Probably like play some. If I was to play an FPS shooter, I'd be probably playing Rainbow Six Siege or GTA. But able to drift. Can you drift good on AC but not able to drift a car in real life? Well, it's possible. Yeah, if you don't drift at all in real life, it's very much possible. Uh,
Ooh, what do you think of Connor Shannon and VDC?
I mean, it's great
That
to
is an
have.
interesting question. I've been wondering that
Oh,
myself.
have you?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, it's nothing wrong with him coming into it. Like, I don't have a problem with it. Honor has always beaten me in the real world. But
Yeah.
like the thing
And she
is,
managed to
in the same as well.
in VDC, yeah.
The thing with Connor, right, is like we get on great. We've started at exactly the same time, but Connor's was just a little bit more lucky in his position in that he was able to do a lot more driving in the same space as time than compared to me. So, and he's kind of got a better car and stuff than me, a lot better car to be honest. So he's been able to progress much faster than myself, and because of that, he's had better success, I suppose. He's also come onto the Sim 2 as well, and he's got an awesome setup. And I think that's kind of my reasoning why I need to upgrade my setup now, because it's like I'm finding the limitations of it, even though it's still pretty decent. So, yeah, the thing is, I believe I can beat Connor. I just need to like make changes and stuff like that, and how I approach. But it's great. It's great to have Connor in VDC. He obviously like loves sim drifting as much as I do. Um, and yeah, I mean, like, yeah, he beat me, but like, I don't think it was his best driving. It definitely wasn't my best driving. I didn't do a lot of practice at all, and my car, like this 370Z, it's good, but in the chase position, it's like 10 times harder to drive compared to the S chassis. So in that sense, I probably would have been better off using the S14 again. But hey, we'll see. Good night, Dad. My dad's in Facebook chat. Good night.
Are we gonna go?
Yes, we should probably leave. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you later.
You.
That's
Bye bye.
Alannah. You can say hello to her. She's all right, I suppose. And we'll
Only
try,
alright,
maybe
guys.
if you guys enjoy this, feel free to comment down below or something like that when the stream is over. And we'll probably do more of this. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe next time we might try and get you to the sim rig to driving show off your ability.
Jeez.
Shitty. Hey, they are kind of.
Yeah.
Always knock down the smaller person, people. Okay, no, do not do that. That is not a good thing to
I
do.
will fight you.
You will
I will
fight me.
beat you up.
It's to be scared of a person that's 5 foot tall. Be very scared of people. So that's it from us. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. A good bit of practice done for VDC. I didn't practice for Omen, and I have the track layouts and everything. I want to do
Oh
that
well.
too. Oh well, I'll do it tomorrow.
We'll do it tomorrow.
Do it tomorrow in private, without any stream, or maybe we might turn on stream as well tomorrow.
Yeah, why not? You will.
And yeah, talk to you guys very soon. Make sure to stay tuned. I assume I will be being announced for the Omen Championship this week. Maybe they won't. I don't know. But I will be vlogging. You're gonna make me vlog probably,
Yeah.
and remind me.
I'll be
And
there with my camera and you'll be like, oh yes, I need a
yeah,
vlog.
and we'll do the Omen stuff, and then we've got Dubai as well the week after. So we've got some exciting stuff ahead. And yeah, stay tuned. We'll be doing a lot of stuff for the next 3 weeks. And then, well, actually, next month, actually, because personally for myself, but for us, 3 weeks, because we're buying stuff, sharing a lot.
Yep.
All right, say goodbye, Alana.
Bye.
Bye, people. Thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll talk to you guys very soon. Cheers. Swag! Yola swag! Peace out. Shaka shaka. Peace.